Chapter 2096. Which thing that Yang Ming is doing now isn't dangerous? If he didn't experience real danger, how could he improve so quickly? Fang Tian said indifferently, if it weren't for Dong Jun's existence, I reckon that Yang Ming wouldn't be able to return from this mission. However, he had already competed with Dong Jun many times. Now, Yang Ming is considered to be both intelligent and brave. There shouldn't be a problem for him to return safely. After Wang Xiaoyan listened to Fang Tian's words, she was shocked. She couldn't help but admire Fang Tian's foresight. It turned out that Fang Tian had already guessed who the person who dealt with Yang Ming was, but he had kept him alive to let him train Yang Ming and let Yang Ming grow. This courage was probably not something that everyone could have. Fang Tian, this master, could be considered to have put in a lot of effort for Yang Ming. It turned out to be like this. Wang Xiaoyan nodded in understanding. Uncle, you are really far-sighted. Aren't you afraid that something will happen to Yang Ming? If something really happened to him, then I would have thought highly of him in vain. Fang Tian smiled. Actually, aren't you the same? In the family, after learning the skills, you were sent out to experience alone. Didn't you also experience danger a few times? If it weren't for Yang Ming saving you, I'm afraid that even if you didn't die, you would be seriously injured, right? This is also true. Wang Xiaoyan association on herself. Thinking about it, it was indeed so. I was confused because I was concerned. If I went out to experience, wouldn't the family be worried? But then I must come out. This is what an assassin must do. But now, Dong Jun is no longer useful. He has also completed his mission. Leave the rest to me. Fang Tian picked up the portrait on the coffee table, looked at it, and put it back. That's fine. Then I will trouble uncle. I will leave first. Wang Xiaoyan nodded and said. Since Fang Tian had agreed, then the next thing was his to do. She didn't need to care anymore. Now what Wang Xiaoyan had to do was to go back and tell the news to everyone so that they wouldn't be too worried. Why are you still talking to me about trouble? Fang Tian didn't know whether to laugh or cry after listening to Wang Xiaoyan's words. Don't say that you are my niece, but Yang Ming is still my apprentice. I care about him more than you. It's just that you don't see it. Oh, if that's the case, then, I won't be polite. I'll leave first. Wang Xiaoyan's words as mine's words. Fang Tian nodded. Just as he was about to signal Wang Ruoshui to loosen up, the doorbell at home rang. At this time, who came to the door? Fang Tian was stunned because his residence was arranged by Yang Ming. Fang Tian didn't have any friends here. He lived at home every day and didn't go out much. Only Wang Ruoshui accompanied him, so no friends would come. At this time, it was impossible for people from the property company or the gas company to come, so Fang Tian had some doubts. You go and ask who it is? Fang Tian motioned Wang Ruoshui to ask. Wang Ruoshui was also a top assassin, so she wasn't afraid of bad people. However, she was cautious. She didn't open the door directly, but asked in a normal tone, who is it? Master's wife, it's me, Dong Jun. Dong Jun's voice sounded outside the door. Oh, it's Dong Jun, wait a minute. Master's wife, change your clothes. Wang Ruoshui said naturally to the door, then turned to look at Fang Tian and Wang Xiaoyan. Previously, although Wang Ruoshui didn't participate in the discussion of what Fang Tian and Wang Xiaoyan said, she heard it clearly. So it was a coincidence that Dong Jun came at this time. Whether he was allowed to come in or not was up to Fang Tian. Dong Jun didn't think much about it. Wang Ruoshui was a woman, and it was summer now. It was normal for her to wear less at home. As a man, it was normal for Wang Ruoshui to change her clothes. He naturally wouldn't have any special thoughts. Yan, you go and hide in the bedroom. Ruoshui, you go in too. Leave me here to deal with him. Fang Tian hesitated and said. Okay. At this time, Wang Xiaoyan couldn't leave even if she wanted to, unless she jumped out of the window. However, she also wanted to know the purpose of Dong Jun's visit at this time, so she decided to hide in the inner room and listen to what Dong Jun had to say. Wang Ruoshui also nodded. She pulled Wang Xiaoyan into the bedroom and closed the bedroom door. At this time, Fang Tian stood up calmly, walked to the door, and opened the door. Master? Dong Jun didn't expect that it was Fang Tian who opened the door this time and not Wang Ruoshui. He was stunned. Come in. Fang Tian nodded. He was still as indifferent as usual. After opening the door, he turned and entered the room. He lay on his leisure chair again and swayed back and forth. Dong Jun was already accustomed to Fang Tian's behavior. After closing the door, he didn't see Wang Ruoshui. He was a little puzzled. Where's Master's wife? Oh, Ruoshui just took a shower before you came. I simply let her go to the bedroom. Fang Tian pointed in the direction of the bedroom and said. I see. Dong Jun didn't think much about it. After all, Wang Ruoshui had said before that she wanted to change her clothes. Now that he thought about what Fang Tian said, Wang Ruoshui probably only wore a towel at home before, so he simply went straight into the bedroom. Anyway, he came to find Fang Tian, not her. Why did you suddenly come so late? Don't tell me you want to freeload? Fang Tian glanced at Dong Jun and asked, there are some leftovers in the kitchen. If you want to eat, go and eat by yourself. Huh, Master, I have already eaten. I came here today to see you. Dong Jun smiled. Isn't Yang Ming going to perform a mission? You are alone at home. As a senior brother, I have to come to see you often. I'm also afraid that you will be lonely. Senior brother? After Yang Ming finished his apprenticeship, he will be a senior brother, right? Fang Tian said faintly. Ugh. Dong Jun was stunned. He didn't expect Fang Tian to say this, but he still said, yeah, Yang Ming inherited the mantle of the King of Assassins. Then, he will be the orthodox of this line in the future. I will call him senior brother. Huh, this kid actually became my senior brother in the future. It's interesting to talk about it. Is it interesting? Why don't I find it interesting? If I were you, I might have killed Yang Ming in a fit of anger, Fang Tian said to himself. Huh. Dong Jun was stunned, and his heart skipped a beat. What does Fang Tian mean? But your temperament is indifferent to fame and fortune. For you, senior brother and junior brother are just titles. You don't care about these. Fang Tian suddenly looked at Dong Jun and laughed. Chapter 2097. Huh, yeah, I don't care about this. Dong Jun was shocked and breathed a sigh of relief. This Fang Tian, he took a deep breath when he spoke. It was simply killing me. He thought that Fang Tian knew something, but it turned out that Fang Tian had only said half a sentence. This made Dong Jun very worried. Until Fang Tian said the latter part of the sentence, he was relieved and laughed dryly. Yes, you don't care about this. Fang Tian said faintly. Because of Fang Tian's words, Dong Jun's thoughts were thrown into disarray. He didn't know what to say. He came here to test Fang Tian's attitude. Yang Ming's attitude was not a problem. Since Yang Ming could keep him until now, it showed that Yang Ming was a person who cherished old friendships. In this way, he was left with Fang Tian. If Fang Tian could forgive him and support him, he could persuade Yang Ming to help him get away from Central's control. With the support of Yang Ming, Fang Tian, and the Butterfly family, he would at least have the power to talk to Central. Dr. Benjamin was powerful, but no matter how powerful he would still be afraid of the assassins, right? Although Central had a big business and a lot of power, who could guarantee that he would never go out? If you went out and were targeted by the assassins, it would not be a good thing. Therefore, Fang Tian felt that as long as Dr. Benjamin was not a fool, he would definitely not want the assassin organization to target him. However, how could he open his mouth now? This made Dong Jun a little embarrassed. For a time, the atmosphere in the living room became a little awkward. Dong Jun didn't know how to continue Fang Tian's topic. Right, why are you here? Fang Tian saw that Dong Jun didn't speak, so he asked. Ah. Yes, there is something. Dong Jun was shocked and quickly found a topic. Yang Ming went to Miaojiang to perform a mission this time. I don't know if there is any danger. What do you think? Danger? This should be asked you. If you ask me, how would I know? Fang Tian glanced at Dong Jun and asked, You don't know. Why are you asking me? You should be the clearest, right? Huh? Dong Jun was shocked by Fang Tian's words again. What do you mean by asking me? I am the clearest? How am I the clearest? Could it be that Master noticed the shady business between me and Elder Yu? Otherwise, what does this mean? Thinking of this, Dong Jun's forehead suddenly had a cold sweat. He didn't dare to think about it. Dong Jun thought about Fang Tian saying that he wanted to kill Yang Ming without rhyme or reason. He was very clear what kind of person Fang Tian was. He was someone who killed people without batting an eyelid. Now that he was sitting here, it was easy for Fang Tian to kill him. It could even be said that it was easier than killing a chicken. Even if he wanted to escape, he couldn't escape. My kung fu is taught by Fang Tian, and it's just qigong. How can I be Fang Tian's opponent? Furthermore, he did not learn any assassination techniques at all, so he was not Fang Tian's match. Dong Jun it. What's wrong with you? Fang Tian looked at Dong Jun as usual. Why aren't you talking? What should I say? Dong Jun wiped the cold sweat on his forehead. Even if his psychological quality was good, he was still scared when facing a person like Fang Tian. He said carefully, How would I know? Master, are you kidding me? Haven't you been to Miaojiang? When I asked you to help me examine Yang Ming's character, you followed him to Miaojiang. Whether it is dangerous or not, you know it better than me. I haven't been there at all. Fang Tian said with a smile, Don't you think you know it better than me? So it's like this. After Dong Jun heard Fang Tian's words, he suddenly regretted it. I was too sensitive. Fang Tian didn't mean that at all, but I thought too much. I'm really worried about nothing. Yeah, then what do you think? Fang Tian looked at Dong Jun strangely and said, Do you think that you are the one who wants to deal with Yang Ming? Did you send the enemy in Miaojiang? This. How is this possible? Master, you really know how to joke. Dong Jun wiped off the cold sweat on his forehead again and said with a smile, Don't you know my little bit of ability? It was originally a joke. What are you nervous about? Fang Tian said faintly, Right, you seem to be very hot. Why are you sweating so much on your forehead? It's already night time. It's not very hot, right? Do you want me to turn on the air conditioner? No need. No need. Dong Jun quickly shook his head and said, I came here in a hurry. I was a little anxious on the way here. As a result, I sweated all over. When I reached your place, I went back. Oh, so it's like this. Fang Tian nodded. Right, you just asked me if Yang Ming was in danger, right? Yes. Dong Jun suddenly breathed a sigh of relief. When he heard Fang Tian going back to the topic, he quickly nodded. I was a little worried about Yang Ming, so I came to discuss with you to see if we can help. Oh, it turned out to be like this. Fang Tian nodded. I think there shouldn't be any danger. In this year, Yang Ming has been in constant danger. There are always people who want to kill him. Isn't he still living freely? And the person who wants to kill him can't do anything about it? Ugh. That. Who is the person who wants to kill Yang Ming? Dong Jun felt that his heart was going to explode. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down again. Dong Jun reminded himself that he must be calm. Psychological quality, psychological quality. I'm a godly thief. My psychological quality is super strong. I can't panic. Fang Tian doesn't know anything at all. Who wants to kill Yang Ming? Don't you know? Fang Tian looked at Dong Jun strangely again and asked. Ga. Dong Jun's heart almost fell out this time. He screamed in his heart. Oh God, oh Earth, you scared me to death. What's wrong with you? Fang Tian looked at Dong Jun and asked inexplicably. No. Nothing. Master, you are really humorous. How would I know who wants to kill Yang Ming? Dong Jun said with a bitter smile, you also know that I'm just a godly thief. I usually only study stealing. I have never studied other things. So how would I know who wants to kill Yang Ming? Chapter 2098. You don't know? Fang Tian looked at Dong Jun strangely. What are you doing here? I came here to discuss with you about whether Yang Ming will be in danger. Dong Jun also said with some doubts, Master, what's wrong with you? Didn't I tell you before? How did you forget? Did I forget or did you forget? Fang Tian said, then why do you think Yang Ming is in danger? Because of Elder Yu. Dong Jun still didn't understand Fang Tian's meaning. Yeah, isn't Yang Ming's enemy Elder Yu? Since you know, why did you say you don't know? I think you are forgetful, right? Fang Tian looked at Dong Jun. It was unknown whether he was smiling or not. You are talking about this. I thought it was someone else. Dong Jun suddenly said, but he was also scared to the point of breaking out in a cold sweat. Then what did you think I was talking about? Fang Tian asked, is there someone else who wants to deal with Yang Ming? How would I know this? Dong Jun was about to collapse. You don't know what you are talking about? Asked Fang Tian. I. Dong Jun was about to cry. Master, the weather is very hot today. I am afraid that Master's wife has already rested. Why don't I leave first and come back to see you another day? Leaving now? Don't worry. Why are you leaving so early? It's a long night with no sleep. Isn't it fun to chat and kill people? Said Fang Tian. Ga. Dong Jun was so scared that his butt jumped and bounced up from the sofa as if he was pricked. Kill who? Kill people? What kill people? Who wants to kill people? Asked Fang Tian. Just now. Master, didn't you say that you want to chat and kill people? What is going on? Asked Dong Jun, did I say that? Why don't I know? Fang Tian said, maybe I was joking. Why? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid that I will kill you? How can this be? I am your apprentice. Master, how can you kill me? Dong Jun said with a smile. Isn't that right? You are my disciple, so of course I can't kill you. Fang Tian nodded in agreement. However, he changed the topic and continued, unless you do something that betrays the sect, then I will kill you to clean up the sect. But did you do it? How could I possibly do that? Dong Jun's expression was uglier than if he were crying. Then what are you afraid of? Fang Tian was even more baffled. As the saying goes, if you don't do anything wrong, you don't need to be afraid of ghosts. That's right. Dong Jun nodded in agreement. Do you have anything else? Fang Tian asked, I think you have something to tell me. Why didn't you say so? I'm fine. Dong Jun came to sound out the situation, but he was scared half to death. That's not right. I think you seem to have something to say. Fang Tian asked in return. No. I really didn't. Dong Jun shook his head. Really? Then why are you sweating so much? Fang Tian asked. Isn't this because it's too hot at night? Dong Jun wiped the cold sweat on his forehead and said, it's really hot, too hot. Is it? Then you wipe it. As Fang Tian said this, he took the toilet paper on the coffee table and handed it to Dong Jun. However, it seemed that he inadvertently took the piece of paper next to the toilet paper and put it in front of Dong Jun. Okay. This is? Dong Jun picked up the toilet paper, but he suddenly found the portrait. Isn't this my portrait? Dong Jun was obviously stunned. Why is my portrait here? Fang Tian isn't a painter. It's impossible for him to paint for fun. In Fang Tian's family, I haven't heard of anyone who is a painter. But what's with this painting? What's wrong? Fang Tian asked faintly. Master. This painting, isn't it me? It's quite similar. Who drew it? Dong Jun held the painting in his hand and asked curiously. Chen Fei asked someone to draw it. Fang Tian said. Gah. Dong Jun was stunned. Chen Fei? Why did he ask someone to draw this? Dong Jun naturally knew who Chen Fei was. When Fang Tian was able to clear his name, it was thanks to Chen Fei's help. Moreover, Chen Fei was Yang Ming's father-in-law, so Dong Jun was naturally familiar with him. Oh, this was drawn according to the description of a person who sold a phone card. Fang Tian said, isn't the painting quite similar? Sell a phone card? Sell what phone card? Dong Jun didn't react for a while. He didn't know what Fang Tian meant. Oh, the person who sold the phone card sold a phone card. Then, this phone card was used to call the dead jewelry thief. The number of the phone card was used. Fang Tian said. Fang Tian's words were like thunder in Dong Jun's ears. Dong Jun suddenly stood up. The painting in his hand fell to the ground. His face was full of sweat. At this moment, no matter how stupid he was, he understood what Fang Tian meant. The person who bought the phone card and called the jewelry thief, wasn't it Dong Jun himself? It turned out that Fang Tian already knew that he was the person who dealt with Yang Ming. No wonder his words were strange and inexplicable. It turned out that he was targeting himself. Dong Jun secretly complained in his heart. I was too careless. What kind of person is Fang Tian? How can he say something that I don't know for no reason? It turned out that he was hinting at something. What about you? What's wrong with you? Fang Tian said as usual, you seem to be emotionally unstable today. Why don't we change the topic? Let's talk about how we met, or what have you done all these years? Master. I was wrong. Please forgive me. Dong Jun couldn't hide it anymore. Since Fang Tian already knew, then it was useless for him to say anything. Dong Jun directly knelt on the ground and knelt in front of Fang Tian. Master, I know that I was wrong. In fact, I came here tonight to apologize to you. Oh? How are you wrong? Why can't I understand? Fang Tian asked faintly, what are you apologizing to me for? Master, since you already know, why do you still say that to me? Dong Jun said with a bitter smile. I know, Dong Jun. In fact, I have been suspecting you all these years, but I wasn't sure. You really disappointed me. Fang Tian sighed and said, do you know? In fact, I didn't want this person to be you. Until today, when I saw this portrait, I was sure. Chapter 2099. Master. I'm sorry. I know I'm wrong, but I also have my own difficulties. Please don't kill me. Dong Jun knelt on the ground with an ashen face. He was clear about Fang Tian's means. For a traitor like him, he definitely had to clean up the sect. Difficulties. Everyone has their own difficulties. But if you have your difficulties, you should have confessed to me earlier instead of using this method until I found out about this matter. Only then did you tell me that you have difficulties. Fang Tian's expression was still so calm as if this matter had nothing to do with him. Dong Jun was not his disciple at all, and he was now talking about another matter. Dong Jun was somewhat speechless. Master, it's my fault. I was possessed. This is not the reason why I didn't kill you, said Fang Tian faintly. Master, I know it's my fault, but Junior Yang Ming. No, Senior Yang Ming, probably doesn't want to kill me. Dong Jun said quickly. This was his last life-saving straw. He knew Fang Tian's character very well. Only by mentioning Yang Ming could he calm things down and let himself escape this disaster. Thinking of this, Dong Jun did not intend to hide anything anymore. He was ready to tell the truth. He told the things that he had done in these years and the grievances with Yang Ming. The most important thing was why he did this. He hoped that his life experience could be sympathized with by Fang Tian. Otherwise, Dong Jun knew that he could forget about walking out of this door tonight. Although Fang Tian's current expression was very calm, Dong Jun knew that his master was such a calm person. He could kill a person without batting an eyelid and still eat beside this person's corpse without batting an eyelid. To Fang Tian, this was a very normal thing. Oh. You mean Yang Ming? He doesn't want to kill you? After Fang Tian heard Dong Jun's words, he found it very interesting. He could not help but look up at Dong Jun and ask, then you tell me. Why doesn't Yang Ming want to kill you? You have harmed him again and almost killed him. Why doesn't he want to kill you? Is he stupid, or is he stupid, or is he stupid? Ugh. Dong Jun didn't expect that at this time, Fang Tian would still joke with him, but he didn't want to laugh at all. He couldn't laugh. Dong Jun said with a bitter face, Master, Yang Ming is not stupid. Not only is he not stupid, he is very smart. Oh. If he is not stupid, why would he keep you alive? Dong Jun asked with a smile. However, in his heart, he was somewhat certain. How could Fang Tian not understand Yang Ming's character? Yang Ming was a nostalgic person. This was both good and bad, but Fang Tian wasn't going to forcefully change anything. An assassin didn't have to be ruthless. A ruthless person wasn't an assassin, but a death warrior or an assassin. An assassin could be a person of flesh and blood, loyal and righteous. Yang Ming's nostalgia was the reason why he didn't kill Dong Jun. Even if Dong Jun had done a lot of things to let him down, Yang Ming could still forgive him. There was no other reason. It was because no matter what, Dong Jun was once his senior brother. Master, in fact, I don't need to say it. You should also know that Yang Ming is a nostalgic person. Because I am his senior brother, he can't bear to kill me. Dong Jun said, Yang Ming has already fought with Elder Yu in Yunnan this time. When he talked with Elder Yu, he also said this amazing secret. He knew that I was dealing with him from beginning to end. Even when I attacked him for the first time, he had already noticed it. What? He noticed it the first time you attacked? Fang Tian stood up suddenly. He was a little surprised and incredible. He didn't expect that Yang Ming would notice it when Dong Jun attacked for the first time. Yang Ming's vigilance was simply beyond his expectations. Fang Tian couldn't help but ask, when was that? The first time I attacked him was when Yang Ming went to Yunnan's Miaojiang. I wanted to use a piece of jade to frame Lan Ling in the hotel. I wanted to make Yang Ming suspect Lan Ling and break up with her. Dong Jun said, I thought I did this secretly, but I didn't expect that until Yang Ming and Elder Yu mentioned it. I knew that I was really stupid. I always thought that I was hiding in the dark, but I was kept in the dark and was looked at like a monkey. Oh. You attacked him so early? At that time, I hadn't officially accepted him as a disciple. I just asked you to help me investigate his character. He could actually find out your conspiracy? Fang Tian was really surprised at this moment. In his opinion, even if Yang Ming was very vigilant, it was only after he accepted him as a disciple that he cultivated for a long time. If Dong Jun wanted to make a move on him, it was impossible for him to make a move at the beginning. However, Fang Tian guessed wrong. Yeah. I was also very puzzled. Whether it was a coincidence or he was really so vigilant, in short, I was exposed. I was exposed the first time. After that, I couldn't detect it. I still tried to harm Yang Ming again and again. Dong Jun smiled bitterly and said, Yang Ming also said to Elder Yu that if it weren't for me and Elder Yu, Yang Ming wouldn't have grown so fast. In this way, he should thank me and Elder Yu. Yang Ming has always treated us as a stepping stone for his training and growth. Haha. When Fang Tian heard this, he couldn't help but laugh. This kid. He actually has the same thoughts as me. I didn't expect it. I really didn't expect it. What? Master, you. Dong Jun was stunned. I said it before. In fact, I had already suspected you. However, once I suspected it, I just suspected it. I didn't investigate further. Firstly, you are my disciple after all. I don't want to and don't want the person who dealt with Yang Ming to be you. Fang Tian said, secondly, I also want to use this enemy to train Yang Ming. How can you see the rainbow without experiencing the wind and rain? If you want him to grow quickly, you can't do it without training. This. Dong Jun smiled bitterly again. It turned out to be like this. It seems that I am a fool. Previously, you said that you fought with Elder Yu? Then, what happened to Yang Ming? Fang Tian put away his previous smile. His heart still cared about Yang Ming. As for Dong Jun's life and death, it was just a matter of a thought. If Yang Ming didn't kill Dong Jun, then he didn't need to kill Dong Jun. Everything, wait for Yang Ming to come back and deal with it. Since Yang Ming had grown up, then he didn't need this master to shelter him from the wind and rain. Yes, but Yang Ming was caught by Elder Yu. Dong Jun said, when Elder Yu called me before, he was actually showing off to me that he caught Yang Ming. Chapter 2100. What? Yang Ming was caught. When Fang Tian heard the news that Yang Ming had been caught, his face suddenly became very bad. He stood up with murderous intent in his eyes. You leaked the news? You told the secret? Me? How is it possible? Dong Jun was shocked and quickly said, Master, don't be agitated. Listen to me carefully. I will analyze it with you. What else is there to say? Yang Ming was caught. Isn't that the result you want? Fang Tian snorted and said, your purpose has finally been achieved. As a result, you have become my only apprentice. Then, I have no choice but to teach you martial arts and let you become the new king of assassins. Is that so? This. Master, I did think so before, but now, I don't think so. Dong Jun said with a bitter smile, I don't deny that my previous actions were for this purpose, but people will always change. Now, I don't want anything to happen to Yang Ming. Oh. Yang Ming has been caught, so you said this. Are you trying to make me happy? Fang Tian looked at Dong Jun indifferently and said, I can tell you clearly that you should give up. Even if something happens to Yang Ming, I will train Yan Yan to become the king of assassins. Maybe you still don't know? Yan Yan is pregnant with Yang Ming's flesh and blood. When this child is born, I will train him to be the new generation of king of assassins. Ha! Wang Xiaoyan was listening to the movement outside the door in the inner room at the moment. Suddenly, she heard Fang Tian say that she was pregnant with Yang Ming's child. She was stunned for a while. I'm pregnant? Why didn't I know? Wang Ruoshui looked at Wang Xiaoyan strangely. She couldn't help but whisper, Yan Yan, you are pregnant? Why did you only tell your uncle and not your auntie? I don't seem to have it, right? Wang Xiaoyan touched her flat belly with a strange look. No? Then your uncle? Wang Ruoshui was stunned after hearing Wang Xiaoyan's words. I don't know either. Perhaps it's to deceive Dong Jun. Why don't we continue to listen? Wang Xiaoyan was also confused. She pointed in the direction of the door and said, "Then, let's listen again." Wang Ruoshui nodded. She also suspected that Fang Tian was lying. In fact, Fang Tian was lying. This was just something that he casually said. The purpose was to make Dong Jun give up and make him despair. It made him feel that even if Yang Ming died, he would not pass on his mantle to him and let him become the new king of assassins. From this, Dong Jun's true thoughts could be seen. In fact, Fang Tian had the idea of not killing Dong Jun after Dong Jun said what Yang Ming meant. Yang Ming had grown up and matured, so Fang Tian, as his master, would naturally support his decision. Since Yang Ming didn't do anything to Dong Jun until he left Songjiang City, this also explained Yang Ming's attitude. Yang Ming really didn't want that kind of fratricidal thing to happen between fellow disciples. Fang Tian understood Yang Ming's character very well, so he decided to wait for Yang Ming to come back before talking about this. But now, Fang Tian had to figure out Dong Jun's thoughts. Did this guy really repent, or was he just pretending to deceive him? Therefore, Fang Tian gave Dong Jun a huge blow and let him give up the idea of becoming the king of assassins. Fang Tian wanted to see what kind of reaction he would have. Pregnant? Then, congratulations. Although Dong Jun was stunned after listening, he didn't have any special expression. This news, if Yang Ming knew, it would make him feel more at ease. Moreover, he would work harder to find ways to deal with Elder Yu. Unfortunately, the news can't be passed. Don't you think it's a pity? Although Fang Tian saw Dong Jun's expression, Dong Jun was a person who was good at disguising, so Fang Tian didn't believe his expression. Pity? What's a pity? Dong Jun was stunned, and then he understood Fang Tian's meaning. He couldn't help but smile bitterly. Master, why don't you believe it? This time, I really want to repent to you. I was wrong. I made a big mistake in the past. I came this time to ask for your forgiveness and let you and Yang Ming help me. Do you think I will believe you? Asked Fang Tian. After Dong Jun heard Fang Tian's words, he couldn't help but smile sadly. I also know that the things I have done are treasonous and unfilial. Framing your own master, assassinating your own junior brother, you can really do these things. You are simply a heaven-defying disciple. Fang Tian said, how do you want to die? Well, since this is the case, then I won't say anything more. Dong Jun sighed with some despair. But I will die sooner or later. Why don't you give me a release? But I want to ask Master, before I die, do me a favor. What favor? Asked Fang Tian calmly. I have a sister called Alice. I hope you can take her in and help her escape from the forces behind her. If she can marry Yang Ming, I can be considered to be smiling in the underworld. Dong Jun had always suspected that his sister, Alice, was interested in Yang Ming. Although Alice had never admitted it, Dong Jun and Alice grew up together. How could Dong Jun not understand Alice? Therefore, Dong Jun's biggest wish before he died was to let Alice have a good home. Regardless of whether Alice liked Yang Ming or not, what was certain was that she absolutely did not hate Yang Ming. Once she became Yang Ming's woman, with Yang Ming's protective character, whoever dared to touch his woman, Yang Ming would never let it go easily. Alice? Which Alice? This name was somewhat familiar to Fang Tian. It seemed that when he was in Butterfly Castle, he had also heard of a woman named Alice. It is, the Alice you have heard of. Dong Jun smiled bitterly. It is that mysterious Alice who has a lot of power and assets. She is your sister? Fang Tian suddenly frowned after listening and asked, does she still need me to take care of her? What kind of force is behind her? Fang Tian found that he still underestimated Dong Jun's identity. Behind him, there might be a big secret that shocked him. All along, Fang Tian had been suspecting which force sent Dong Jun, but there was no result after the investigation. Over time, Fang Tian also thought that Dong Jun was too ambitious and wanted to inherit the mantle, so he did these things. But now it seemed that this was not the case. She looks very impressive on the surface. In fact, she and I belong to a very powerful force. This force is called Central. Dong Jun had the heart to die. He did not care about Central's secret, so he was blunt to Fang Tian. Chapter 2101. Central? Fang Tian was slightly stunned. What is that place? Central is a general term. I don't know the specific name. Dong Jun said, that's a very large force. I don't know who's behind it, but my sister and I are both subordinates of a doctor called Benjamin. You continue. Fang Tian said with a dignified expression. The current development of the matter had exceeded Fang Tian's imagination. Fang Tian knew nothing about this. He never thought that there would be such a force behind Dong Jun. Moreover, such a powerful existence like Alice also has such a force behind it. Then, where is this force? What does it do? My sister and I are orphans. When we were very young, we were adopted by Dr. Benjamin, but he did not teach me any skills. He only taught us some adaptability so that we could survive well in different environments. Dong Jun said, however, this central seems to be focused on the study of the potential limit of the human body and some supernatural abilities. I don't know where the central is and who are the specific people. I only know that Dr. Benjamin is my immediate superior. Under Dr. Benjamin, I am only the lowest existence. There are many more powerful people. What? You are the lowest existence? Fang Tian widened his eyes in shock. In his opinion, although Dong Jun didn't know any of those killer skills, his other abilities weren't weak, especially his Qin Gong. Such a person was actually at the lowest level of existence. Yes. Dong Jun smiled bitterly. In this way, it shows the strength and irresistible power of Central. I only know that Central is a foreign terrorist organization. Almost all of us are in contact with Dr. Benjamin. Only a few people who have cooperated with him are in contact. What about Alice? What kind of existence is Alice? Fang Tian asked subconsciously. Now, there were very few things that could make Fang Tian excited, but the current things that Dong Jun said made Fang Tian's mind unable to calm down. Alice. She is just like me. She is also the lowest existence. Dong Jun said helplessly, the wealth that Alice has can be described as amazing, but even so, I am the same as her. We are all at the same level. This Dr. Benjamin is really a powerful figure. Fang Tian couldn't help but be surprised. However, why haven't I heard of this Central and Dr. Benjamin? Have they never come out to cause trouble? This was also where Fang Tian found it strange. Although Dong Jun said it vividly, Fang Tian was also a very powerful figure as the king of assassins. He had been in contact with many dark forces, but he had never heard of a place called Central, nor had he heard of Dr. Benjamin. Therefore, Fang Tian had reason to doubt the authenticity of Dong Jun's words. It seems to be the case. Dong Jun was stunned for a moment. He nodded and said, I don't know if they are stirring up trouble, but the people who are in contact with Alice through me have no intention of stirring up trouble. We each have our own tasks, but they are basically some personal tasks. What do you mean? Asked Fang Tian, baffled. For example, Alice's main task is to accumulate wealth for Dr. Benjamin. Dr. Benjamin's research results require a lot of funds. This needs people like Alice to provide. As far as I know, Alice is not the only one who acts as a money-making machine like Alice. There are others, but we don't contact each other. So, we only know who is Dr. Benjamin's subordinate when we need to contact each other. Dong Jun said, my main task here is to find a girl named Suya and inquire about the news of a person named Sun Sikong. Suya? Fang Tian's eyes narrowed slightly. Others didn't know who Suya was, but he knew. In this matter, Yang Ming didn't hide it from Fang Tian, but he told him about Suya. But Fang Tian didn't expect that Dong Jun was looking for Suya. However, Fang Tian's eyes only narrowed for a moment, then he asked, "Then, have you found this Suya?" Master, I have found this Suya. She is Yang Ming's girlfriend." Dong Jun confessed honestly. He had reached the point where he was going to die, so Dong Jun would not hide anything. "You found her? Then, did you tell this news to your boss, Dr. Benjamin?" Fang Tian asked with a sneer. "No." Dong Jun shook his head. "When I got this news, I actually wanted to use this news as a great merit to negotiate with Dr. Benjamin in exchange for the freedom of my sister, Alice, and I. But I learned some inside information from an old man in the center who had worked with me before. There was once a man under Benjamin who was like me. He wanted to use merits to exchange for freedom, but he was killed. So, I lost confidence in Dr. Benjamin. Since I have made a contribution, I can't get freedom, so why should I tell him? At this time, my sister, Alice, called and advised me not to go against Yang Ming. She wanted me to tell the truth to Yang Ming in exchange for his sympathy and help. She wanted to use Yang Ming to help us escape from Dr. Yang Ming's control. Oh. In other words, before you came to me, you had already given up the idea of dealing with Yang Ming? Fang Tian was a little surprised. Yes, Master. I actually came here to test your intentions. I already know Yang Ming's intention. He is a nostalgic person. He won't kill me. If I sincerely repent, and he becomes my senior, I think he won't ignore me, his junior, right? I believe that Yang Ming will definitely help me." As Dong Jun spoke until here, he looked at Fang Tian with a bitter smile and continued, "But I know that you, Master, are not such a soft-hearted person, so I want to come here to test you and see if you can forgive me." Hee. It seems that you still can't. Forget it. Anyway, it's my fault. I also accept my fate. This is my own mistake. I will bear it myself. But I want to ask Master to take care of my sister, Alice. Chapter 2102. Wait, you haven't finished yet. Why do you want to get out of Dr. Benjamin's control? What does Dr. Benjamin want to do with Suya? What is his purpose? What kind of people does he have under him? Fang Tian waved his hand and motioned for Dong Jun to continue. I naturally want to get out of Dr. Benjamin's control. The life and death of my sister and I are in his hands. It's nothing now. He is just controlling us, but once we do something wrong or make him unhappy, we will probably be greeted with death. Dong Jun said, who likes to be controlled by such a person? Moreover, I am really tired of it. I don't like this kind of life. But this has nothing to do with you dealing with Yang Ming, right? Fang Tian asked, I haven't figured it out. Why do you want to deal with Yang Ming? What is the use of you dealing with Yang Ming? According to your statement, your enemy is Dr. Benjamin, not Yang Ming. This. I am ashamed to say it. When I first approached you, Master, I actually had the intention to make use of you. You are the king of assassins. I thought that if I became your disciple, you could teach me some skills. As the direct disciple of the king of assassins, my status is also very powerful. I think I have the qualifications to challenge Dr. Benjamin. Dong Jun said with some embarrassment, in this way, he has to consider and worry about you. If something happens to me, then you will definitely not let Dr. Benjamin go easily. Do I have the capital to compete with Dr. Benjamin? Fang Tian asked with some doubts. You are the king of assassins. I think even if Dr. Benjamin is powerful, he is not willing to offend an assassin, right? Unless he doesn't go out, once he goes out, he may be assassinated by you. Dong Jun explained, who is willing to bear such a danger? If Dr. Benjamin knows this, then I am afraid that he will not easily make a move on me. Even if it is for his own safety, he will let me go. So, when you saw that Yang Ming took the position that should belong to you, you secretly harmed him, right? After Fang Tian listened to Dong Jun's words, he finally understood why he wanted to harm Yang Ming. It turned out to be because of such a relationship. Yes. Dong Jun nodded. If I can become your apprentice and marry into the butterfly family, then I will have the backing of you, the king of assassins, and the butterfly family. I won't be afraid of anything. It turned out to be the case. Then why did you change your mind? Fang Tian asked. You found out that Yang Ming can't be killed, so you want to cooperate with him? Yes. Jun said. Dong Jun, you to be really shameless. Fang Tian sneered, knowing that you can't do it, you want to exchange for Yang Ming's sympathy and help? Yes, I am indeed a bit shameless. Dong Jun admitted, but there is no other way. I am also doing this for my own survival. Let's continue to talk about Dr. Benjamin. You haven't told me why he was looking for Suya, and what is so great about Dr. Benjamin. Fang Tian waved his hand, indicating that the previous topic was over. Dr. Benjamin was looking for Suya because of an incident in the past. He was a biochemist, studying some things about human potential, limits, and psychic abilities. In the past, there was a doctor named Sun Sikong. It was said that he invented a pair of glasses, and this pair of glasses had a magical function, but as for what exactly it was, my authority was too low, so I couldn't know the details. Dr. Benjamin definitely wouldn't tell me these things. But according to him, Dr. Sun Sikong had been in contact with Suya. From Suya, it was possible to find clues about Dr. Sun Sikong, so he asked me to stay here and inquire about the whereabouts of this person named Suya. But Suya's family seemed to have offended a very powerful local boss, so they moved away from here. No one knows where they went. Dong Jun briefly told Fang Tian the reason why he was looking for Suya. I don't know much. In short, this person is very useful to Dr. Benjamin. It turns out to be like this. Then, what is so great about this Dr. Benjamin that you are so afraid of him? Asked Fang Tian. As I said before, Dr. Benjamin is a mad scientist who specializes in studying the limits of the human body and other special abilities. Under him, there are many transformed people who have the unbreakable body of Jin Gang. Such people are very difficult to deal with. They have almost no weaknesses. Their bodies are extremely hard. They are even more powerful than those who have cultivated the Golden Bell Shield. They seem to have no weaknesses and are invincible. Dong Jun said, for such a person, whether it is a knife, a spear, or a rod, it is not very useful. Unless you use a harder weapon to destroy them, there is nothing you can do. Then, can Yang Ming deal with it? Fang Tian was stunned when he heard it. If it is really like what Dong Jun said, this is simply Jin Gang. Yang Ming. Isn't Elder Yu refining something called Jin Gang voodoo? After eating it, he is no different from Dr. Benjamin's men. If Yang Ming can deal with Elder Yu, then he should naturally be able to deal with Dr. Benjamin. Said Dong Jun, didn't you say that Yang Ming was caught? How are you sure that Yang Ming can deal with Elder Yu? Asked Dong Jun. The original matter was like this. Dong Jun told Fang Tian about Elder Yu's call to show off to him before, and then added his own analysis. I think that Yang Ming is a very powerful person, but according to Elder Yu, that Yang Ming is a complete fool, so there should be only one reason. That is, Yang Ming was pretending from the beginning to the end. He deliberately let Elder Yu catch him, deliberately surrendered first, and then found an opportunity to turn the tables. The final victory should still belong to Yang Ming. Hee, you are not stupid. After Fang Tian listened to Dong Jun's narrative, he was relieved. Indeed, according to Dong Jun's current analysis and statement, Yang Ming should be intentional. Fang Tian also knew a lot about Yang Ming. He knew that Yang Ming was not a reckless person and would not do such a stupid thing. Yeah, so, after Yang Ming comes back, help me take care of my sister, Alice. This is my last request before I die. I hope that master can agree. Dong Jun smiled bitterly and said, I believe that Yang Ming will come back. This is my last request. I hope that master can pass my words to Yang Ming. Thank you. Chapter 2103. As the saying goes, when a person is about to die, his words are kind. You can still think about your sister, which proves that you love her very much. I admire you very much. Perhaps this is the only person you love. I didn't expect such a cold person like you to have a weakness. Fang Tian said. Master, you mean? Dong Jun was slightly stunned. He thought that Fang Tian was going to make a move on Alice. He suddenly regretted it. He shouldn't have said so much about Alice. In this way, Fang Tian had a hold on him. If Fang Tian wanted to vent his anger, wouldn't his sister be in danger? What do I mean? Don't you understand? Fang Tian said faintly. Master, I beg you. Let my sister go. My sister is innocent. Even she has been persuading me to cooperate with Yang Ming and not be enemies with Yang Ming. This time, I listened to my sister's advice and slowly changed my mind. Master, you must let my sister go. Dong Jun was afraid that Fang Tian would vent his anger on Alice, so he kept begging for mercy. He tried his best to talk about Alice's benefits. All right, I got it. In that case, you can die now. Fang Tian said impatiently, I will let Yang Ming decide about your sister Alice's matter. As for what will happen in the end, it will be up to Yang Ming. Ah. Dong Jun sighed with some distress. Master, can't you help to persuade Yang Ming? Yang Ming should listen to you. It's useless to say more. Die. As Fang Tian said, he was going to make a move on Dong Jun. Dong Jun closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He was somewhat helpless but very calm as he welcomed the impending death. Wait. Uncle, wait a minute. Wang Xiaoyan pushed the door and walked out quickly at this time. She stopped Fang Tian. Fang Tian's mouth showed a smile. Originally, he also wanted to scare Dong Jun to let him remember this lesson and not have similar thoughts in the future. Wang Xiaoyan? After Dong Jun heard this voice, he was stunned. He didn't expect Wang Xiaoyan to be in Fang Tian's house at this moment. However, when the association mentioned the previous portrait, Dong Jun realized that Wang Xiaoyan must have just taken the portrait. Moreover, before she left, he came here first, so Wang Xiaoyan hid in the bedroom. Uncle, for the time being, let him go first. Since Yang Ming hasn't done anything to him for so long, it means that Yang Ming wants to handle this matter personally. Let's not intervene, okay? Wang Xiaoyan said. In fact, Wang Xiaoyan had another idea, but she didn't say it in front of Dong Jun. Yang Ming was a nostalgic person, so Dong Jun's request before his death must be very important to him. At that time, no matter what, Yang Ming would desperately protect Alice and help her get away from the control of Center, Dr. Benjamin. In this case, it was better to let Dong Jun live and not kill him. After all, Dong Jun was very familiar with Center and Dr. Benjamin. With Dong Jun here to help with planning and participation, the chances of winning would be higher. It was much better than fighting alone. Therefore, it was much better for Dong Jun to be alive than to be dead. Since you have said so, then. Fang Tian nodded and said, I will let him go for the time being. Fang Tian didn't want to kill Dong Jun originally. At this time, he naturally took advantage of the situation and gave face to Wang Xiaoyan. Dong Jun didn't expect that Wang Xiaoyan would plead for him, and he didn't expect that he would escape today. He didn't expect that Fang Tian would really agree to Wang Xiaoyan's proposal. It seems that Yang Ming and Wang Xiaoyan's position in Fang Tian's mind is really extraordinary. Thank you, Yan Yan and Master. Dong Jun smiled bitterly and looked up as if he was granted amnesty. Don't worry. After this incident, I will fully cooperate with Yang Ming to deal with Dr. Benjamin. It's you who want to deal with Dr. Benjamin and get away from his control. What does this have to do with Yang Ming? Fang Tian sneered disapprovingly. Do you think that Yang Ming is Superman? Seeing that you are in danger, he will help you? This. Dong Jun's face was red. Indeed, he was the one who begged Yang Ming. He coughed twice and said, "Anyway, Yang Ming helped me get away from his control. After this, I will definitely repay him." "If you want to repay him, forget about it. With your skills, Yang Ming can't expect anything from you. Now, don't be too happy. Don't think that I will let you go for the time being. Yang Ming will definitely forgive you when the time comes. What happens at that time, it still depends on what Yang Ming says." Fang Tian snorted and said, "I understand." Dong Jun nodded quickly. "Okay, I'm tired. You go back first. I have to think about what you said about Dr. Benjamin." Fang Tian waved his hand, indicating that Fang Tian could leave. For Dr. Benjamin's matter, Fang Tian had to call a few old friends to ask. Fang Tian had never heard of Central before. Now it seemed that it had nothing to do with him and Yang Ming. The only thing that could be considered to be related to the hatred of Dr. Benjamin was Suya, Yang Ming's girlfriend. So, was it worth it to make an enemy out of Dr. Benjamin? An assassin organization was an assassin organization. Under normal circumstances, they would not intervene in the grievances between some forces because the assassin organization was a unique force that took money to do things. How can I make Dr. Benjamin compromise, let go of Dong Jun and Alice, and give up looking for Suya? Fang Tian didn't have a good idea for the time being. If it was really like what Dong Jun said, Dr. Benjamin's men were all transformed steel men, then Yang Ming really didn't have the confidence to compete with them. Even if he and the butterfly family worked together, they still couldn't compete. But as Dong Jun said, Yang Ming was a person who cherished old friendships. Then, Yang Ming would definitely help Dong Jun and Alice. This was really difficult to handle. "Then, Master, I will leave first." Dong Jun also stood up at this time, turned around and prepared to leave. Wang Xiaoyan also wanted to leave. She was ready to leave before, but it was delayed because of Dong Jun's arrival. "I'm going back, too." Wang Xiaoyan also nodded and said, "Okay, call me at any time if there is any news," said Fang Tian. So, Wang Xiaoyan and Dong Jun left Fang Tian's house one after another. At the door of Fang Tian's house, Dong Jun looked at Wang Xiaoyan and was somewhat speechless. What he had done before really made him feel a little ashamed to face Wang Xiaoyan. He had been harming the couple. This was really a big crime. Chapter 2104. Yen Yen. "I'm sorry for the previous matter." Dong Jun looked at Wang Xiaoyan with a bitter smile. After a long time, he finally said such a sentence. "There is nothing to be sorry about. If you want to say this sentence, you should wait for Yang Ming to come back." Wang Xiaoyan said faintly, "If Yang Ming wants to punish you, then I won't plead for you anymore." "I understand." Dong Jun nodded and said, "Everything is up to fate. I am already satisfied that he can let me go this time. If Yang Ming doesn't spare me, then I have nothing to say. After all, I have done a lot of things to let Yang Ming down. This is understandable." Wang Xiaoyan shrugged and said, "However, if you want Yang Ming to help you deal with Dr. Benjamin, then you'd better collect information about Dr. Benjamin from now on. You can save some effort when the time comes." "I will naturally do this." Dong Jun's expression was slightly sluggish after listening, and then he immediately beamed with joy. He said with some excitement, "Yen Yen, you can rest assured. I won't let Yang Ming fight a battle that I am not confident in." When Dong Jun heard Wang Xiaoyan say this, he knew that Yang Ming would most likely help him, but the premise was that he must be confident. Otherwise, if Dong Jun casually made a move, it was likely that not only would he not be able to help himself, but he would also put Yang Ming in danger. But now, the most difficult thing to deal with was the problem of Huang Yukai. Huang Youcai's cooperation with him was completely based on the situation of jointly dealing with Yang Ming. Huang Yukai was an extremely extreme person. He wanted to deal with Yang Ming and seek justice for his master, the Wang family. At present, only the Wang family could persuade him to stop, and Dong Jun was not sure that he could persuade him. Dong Jun was afraid that after he stopped, Huang Yukai would not let it go. This made him a little embarrassed. Although Huang Yukai was a disabled person, and he should not be able to make any big waves, who could guarantee that this guy would not make trouble for him and Yang Ming? If something were to happen, the losses would outweigh the gains. Sometimes, the slightest mistake could change the outcome of the whole thing. Therefore, Dong Jun had to kill the trouble before it appeared. Thinking of this, Dong Jun decided to tell this matter to Wang Xiaoyan in advance. This kind of thing must be prepared in advance. Letting Wang Xiaoyan know about it was also to see if Wang Xiaoyan had a solution. If there was no solution, then Huang Yukai could only not keep him. After all, Wang Shifan's loyal followers didn't need to stay. However, Dong Jun felt that it was a little inappropriate. After all, they had worked together for such a long time. It was really not easy to kill him. The two of them were considered to be on the same side before this. Now, he was unilaterally going back on his words, which made Dong Jun somewhat indecisive. Is there anything else? Wang Xiaoyan couldn't help but ask when she saw Dong Jun's hesitant expression. Indeed, there is one more thing that bothers me. Are you free now? Why don't we get in my car and talk about it in detail? Dong Jun made an inviting gesture and said. Okay. Wang Xiaoyan wasn't afraid. Although Dong Jun was a cunning person, if he were to fight with Wang Xiaoyan face to face, he wasn't Wang Xiaoyan's opponent at all. What's more, Wang Xiaoyan knew at this moment that Dong Jun couldn't harm her at all. Previously, under Fang Tian's aggressiveness, Dong Jun had completely opened up his heart and told all his things. He also expressed his position and thoughts. Therefore, at this moment, Dong Jun was 100% discussing his future with her, so Wang Xiaoyan didn't have to worry about anything. What's more, Wang Xiaoyan's skill was 100 times stronger than Dong Jun. If Dong Jun had any abnormalities, she could instantly subdue the enemy. What's the matter? Just say it. After Wang Xiaoyan got in the car, she asked faintly. Beside me, there is actually a partner who is like a military advisor. He helps me to come up with ideas. Dong Jun didn't beat around the bush. Instead, he went straight to the point because he knew that Wang Xiaoyan wasn't the kind of person who liked to beat around the bush. If you beat around the bush with her, she might directly get out of the car impatiently. Moreover, there was no need to beat around the bush with Wang Xiaoyan. It wouldn't be nice. After all, he was asking for her help. Military advisor? What's the use of telling me this? Wang Xiaoyan frowned slightly. She didn't quite understand Dong Jun's meaning. This person is my partner. He is also Yang Ming's enemy. We are together just to deal with Yang Ming together. But now, I regret it, and he has become an obstacle. Dong Jun said with a bitter smile. Oh, then just kill him. Wang Xiaoyan said with a blank expression. Kill. Dong Jun had long known that Wang Xiaoyan would say this. Wang Xiaoyan herself was an assassin. If she wanted to kill Huang Yukai, she naturally wouldn't blink an eye. However, this wasn't Dong Jun's original intention. After all, Dong Jun had cooperated with her for so long. Now, he had to betray her, which made him a little uncomfortable. Why? You don't want to? Wang Xiaoyan saw Dong Jun's thoughts and couldn't help but mock. If you don't want to, then why are you still talking to me? Come to me after you have made a decision. I still have things to do. I don't have time to talk to you about these messy things. This is your matter. You should solve it yourself. I have promised to keep you temporarily until Yang Ming comes back, but it doesn't mean that I will help you with everything. If you can't solve this kind of small matter, then what qualifications do you have to let Yang Ming protect you? After that, Wang Xiaoyan pushed open the door, got off, and walked to her car. Dong Jun sighed. He knew that Wang Xiaoyan would say this. Moreover, his own matter was indeed a bit difficult to handle. This was all caused by him. It seemed that after going back, he should talk to Huang Yukai. If Huang Yukai could give up his hatred, then it was naturally the best. If not, then he could only, although Dong Jun didn't want to, for himself and for his sister, he had no choice. Huang Yukai knew too much about the center and Dr. Benjamin. Keeping him would become a big problem for him. Dong Jun couldn't let him ruin his own plan. But, how can I persuade Huang Yukai to give up? What weakness can I find for Huang Yukai? It was best to find some of Huang Youcai's weaknesses to persuade him, such as Huang Youcai's relatives and friends. But in Dong Jun's current view, Huang Yukai didn't seem to have any relatives or friends at all. He didn't contact others every day. He just stayed in the room alone and never went out. This made Dong Jun unable to find any weakness. Could it be that this guy exists for Wang Shifan's family? Dong Jun had some headaches. But fortunately, Dong Jun still had a backup plan. Chapter 2105. When Huang Yukai had just lived with him, Dong Jun installed a monitoring device in Huang Youcai's room. The initial purpose was to monitor Huang Yukai for a while because he was afraid that Huang Yukai would be disloyal. But at that time, Dong Jun did not find any disloyalty and inappropriate behavior from Huang Yukai, so Dong Jun gave up after monitoring him for a while. However, the monitoring device had been running, and the computer hard disk connected to the monitoring device had been working. It recorded all of Huang Youcai's actions during this period of time. Dong Jun decided to look through these surveillance videos to see if he could find any weaknesses and clues of Huang Yukai. If there were any, he could use these weaknesses as a threat to achieve the purpose of making Huang Yukai compromise. Thinking of this, Dong Jun quickly drove back to his place of residence. At this moment, Huang Yukai was sitting in the wheelchair in the living room reading the newspaper. When he saw Dong Jun come back, he nodded and asked, "Boss, how is it? Is there any latest news? How is Yang Ming?" "Right, how are the women around Yang Ming?" "There is no latest news." Dong Jun said calmly, "Yang Ming's women are still the same. It seems that the photos have been received, but there is no family war as imagined." I can't ask too much. Dong Jun hadn't figured out how to talk to Huang Yukai, so before he decided, he couldn't reveal anything. Otherwise, Huang Yukai was likely to notice it. Huang Yukai was a smart and cunning person, and Dong Jun was the same, so the two people must be on guard against each other. "Oh, right, how is Huang Lele?" "Yang Ming is gone." "Where did she go?" Huang Yukai put down the newspaper and asked casually. "Huang Lele?" Dong Jun was stunned. "What happened to Huang Lele? Why did you suddenly mention her?" Huang Youcai's question made Dong Jun inexplicable for a while. In Dong Jun's eyes, Huang Lele was just a woman of Yang Ming. He dealt with her in order to make Yang Ming nervous and affect Yang Ming's mood. Now that Yang Ming had left and successfully went to Miaojiang to perform the mission, Dong Jun had nothing to do with where Huang Lele was going. What's more, Dong Jun had given up dealing with Yang Ming, so he would not pay attention to Huang Lele's whereabouts. Who knew where Huang Lele went? Nothing. Huang Youcai's expression remained unchanged as he said faintly, "Didn't you say that you wanted to use her to deal with Yang Ming?" Later on, when the plan failed, I suddenly thought of her, so I asked casually. "Oh, so that's the case." "I don't know. Maybe she went back to be a stewardess." Dong Jun shook his head and said, "Yang Ming is gone. Why should I pay attention to her? What's the matter? Do you have something to do? Do you still want to deal with her?" "This is not it." Huang Yukai shook his head. "Didn't I say it? I just asked casually." "Right, now it seems that Yang Ming is not easy to deal with. We have failed consecutively. Do you have any thoughts?" Dong Jun was somewhat inexplicable by Huang Youcai's question, but with this topic, Dong Jun wanted to test Huang Youcai's mind. "Naturally, I will first look at the news from Elder Yu." Huang Yukai said, "For the time being, we can only pin our hopes on Elder Yu. Boss, I don't want to criticize you. Your people are too unreliable. Several of them died, but they didn't hurt Yang Ming at all. You know Yang Ming's skill. If it was so easy to deal with, we wouldn't have waited until now. Dong Jun smiled bitterly. If Elder you can't deal with Yang Ming this time, what should we do? What should we do? Continue to think of a way. What else can we do? Huang Yukai shrugged and said, we will study it again when the time comes. Why are you saying such discouraging words now? Maybe Elder you helped us get rid of Yang Ming? Hee, that's also true. However, as the saying goes, the greater the hope, the greater the disappointment. I even think sometimes. Should I give up? Dong Jun laughed and said jokingly. Give up? It's impossible to give up. I owe the Wang family a favor. Unless the Wang family asks me to give up, otherwise, I can't give up. Huang Yukai shrugged and said, moreover, I have nothing to worry about. My life is worthless. I will fight with Yang Ming to the end. That's true. Dong Jun nodded. It's late. I'm going to rest. What about you? I'm also going to sleep. Huang Yukai pressed the button of the wheelchair and walked directly to his own room. After entering the door of the room, he closed the door. The lifestyle of the two people was a bit like that of the elderly. Every day, they went to bed early and got up early. They had nothing to do. They read newspapers and watched TV. Occasionally, they would discuss Yang Ming's matters. For the rest of the time, they were basically busy in the room. They didn't go out much. Dong Jun looked at Huang Youcai's back and frowned. This guy is stubborn enough. Unless the Wang family speaks up. How can he speak? Wang Shifan is currently in prison. Wang Jitao has long been dead. Where can I speak to the Wang family? Dong Jun shook his head and walked to his room. He was ready to start with Huang Youcai's other weaknesses. Is Huang Yukai alone? Did he pop out of a rock? Dong Jun was ready to investigate Huang Yukai. Although he had investigated before, the focus of the investigation was the relationship between Huang Yukai and Wang Shifan and what Huang Yukai did after he came to Wang Shifan's side. He ignored Huang Youcai's own background and so on. This time, Dong Jun not only had to personally check the surveillance videos, but he also had to investigate Huang Youcai's background. After returning to the room and locking the door, Dong Jun turned on the computer and was ready to pull up the surveillance video. He took out his mobile phone and dialed a number. The phone was quickly connected. There was a low voice on the other side. Boss, do you have any orders? Help me check Huang Youcai's background. I want all the information from his birth to the present, including his parents, relatives, and his friends. Also, who he has met over the years. Dong Jun said quickly. The person he called was a person who was responsible for intelligence. As a theft gang, it was necessary to have a powerful intelligence agency to inquire about various information at any time. Not only could they sniff out some treasures, but they could also avoid the police's attack. As the leader of a theft gang, Dong Jun naturally had many capable people under him. It was a simple matter to inquire about the background of an ordinary person. Yes. Boss, I will go and inquire. The underling agreed without saying anything. Chapter 2106. Once there is news, report to me immediately. Don't have the slightest delay. I need it urgently. Dong Jun instructed his underling. Don't worry, boss. I will do my best, said the underling. Okay, then that's it for now. After Dong Jun hung up the phone, he began to look at the surveillance video of Huang Yukai stored in the computer. There were a lot of videos, a few terabytes of them. If Dong Jun looked at them directly, it would probably take a long time. Therefore, Dong Jun could only choose to replay them quickly. He wanted to find some suspicious places, then stop and watch them at a normal speed. However, although it was a quick replay, it took a lot of time to watch. Dong Jun couldn't be distracted. He must always be alert and not miss a scene. Although this was a work that tested patience, Dong Jun had a lot of patience. He was sent here by Dr. Benjamin to find the news of Suya and Dr. Sun Sikong. It was a work that consumed patience. If he didn't have enough patience, how could he endure for so long? Therefore, this was not a big deal for Dong Jun. Moreover, this was also for his own future. If he could find Huang Youcai's weaknesses and flaws, then he could negotiate with him. If not, he could only kill him. This was not difficult for Dong Jun. Although Dong Jun did not inherit Fang Tian's powerful assassin techniques, his qinggong was amazing. It was just a piece of cake to deal with an ordinary person like Huang Youcai. But this was not what Dong Jun wanted. This was the most desperate way. Dong Jun opened a can of coffee and prepared to stay up late to watch the video. He took the method of watching from the last day to the beginning. He didn't directly watch the earliest surveillance video. Time passed unknowingly. It was already dawn in the blink of an eye. Dong Jun didn't find any suspicious behavior from Huang Youcai. He yawned and prepared to go to rest after watching the video of the day. He would continue after he got up. However, just as Dong Jun was about to rest, Dong Jun's eyes suddenly focused. Suddenly, he became energetic again. Because he found that Huang Youcai actually picked up the phone and prepared to make a call. As a matter of fact, Huang Youcai was basically alone here. Except for the usual contact with himself and his men, he would not contact others because he did not know others. One of the people he knew was dead, and the other was in prison. So, Huang Youcai's sudden call made Dong Jun feel strange. Even if Huang Youcai contacted Dong Jun's own men, he did it in front of Dong Jun. It was impossible for him to contact Dong Jun behind his back. So, Dong Jun hurriedly pressed the normal play button. The image on the computer returned to its normal speed and sound started to play. Sure enough, Huang Youcai was on the phone, and Huang Youcai's voice came from the screen at this time. Yang Ming? Yang Ming? Dong Jun was stunned. Huang Youcai actually called Yang Ming? What was going on? This opening speech made Dong Jun confused. You don't need to know who I am. I'm calling to tell you one thing. Someone is targeting Huang Lele. They want to kill her. It might be a sniper. You'd better take care of yourself. In the next moment, Huang Youcai's words made Dong Jun even more shocked. Huang Youcai actually told on Yang Ming? He told Yang Ming that someone was targeting Huang Lele and wanted to kill her. He even told the method of the assassination? This made Dong Jun extremely shocked. Is this Huang Youcai sent by Yang Ming to be an undercover agent? Otherwise, why would he inform Yang Ming? As a matter of fact, Yang Ming was the one they were dealing with together, right? However, it shouldn't be like this. After calming down, Dong Jun had doubts about his own conjecture. For a long time, when dealing with Yang Ming, Huang Youcai had used a lot of ruthless moves. If he was an undercover agent for Yang Ming, why would he help Dong Jun with such ruthless moves? As a matter of fact, some ruthless moves were likely to make Yang Ming fall for it. If Huang Youcai was an undercover agent, he would definitely not do such a thing. However, if he wasn't an undercover agent, what was the purpose of him doing this? Was it an accident, or were there other secrets? Thinking of this, Dong Jun rewound the video and replayed the video. He listened to what Huang Youcai said again. Someone is targeting Huang Lele around you and wants to kill her. It may be a sniper. You should take care of yourself, take care of yourself. This was obviously not the tone of speaking to a friend or master. If Huang Youcai was an undercover agent, it was impossible to use this tone to speak to Yang Ming. Therefore, from this point of view, it was certain that there should not be much relationship between the two. Of course, Dong Jun didn't know that Huang Youcai had a voice-changing software on his mobile phone. If he knew, he could be 100% sure that he had nothing to do with Yang Ming. However, what was heard on the screen was still Huang Youcai's original voice, so Dong Jun was just guessing. Someone is targeting Huang Lele. Huang Lele. When Dong Jun read the name, he suddenly stood up. Huang Lele. Huang Youcai had been emphasizing Huang Lele. He just asked Yang Ming to pay attention to Huang Lele's safety, but he didn't remind Yang Ming to be careful. There must be something wrong with this. Dong Jun closed his eyes and carefully recalled the conversation between himself and Huang Youcai on that day shown in the video. Yes, when I proposed to deal with Huang Lele, it seemed that Huang Youcai's expression was not normal. When he knew that Huang Lele was fine, he seemed to be relieved. However, at that time, I didn't think much about these things. Now that I think about it, it seems that there is really a problem. Last night, Huang Youcai also asked about Huang Lele. Dong Jun didn't believe that there was no relationship between Huang Youcai and Huang Lele. If Huang Lele was just a woman of Yang Ming, then why did Huang Youcai care about her? Didn't he have nothing to do? Why didn't Huang Youcai care about Xia Shui, Chen Mengyan, and Lin Jiyun, but care about Huang Lele? However, what was the relationship between the two of them, Huang Youcai? Huang Lele. Dong Jun frowned. Both of them had the surname Huang, but there were too many people with the same surname. Dong Jun was very clear about Huang Lele's background. Huang Youcai and Huang Youcai shouldn't be related at all, but this was just the appearance. Could it be that they had some unspeakable secret? Could Huang Lele be Huang Youcai's lover? Dong Jun shook his head and felt that it was unrealistic. The only thing that could be suspected now was that both of them had the surname Huang, but they didn't seem to have much connection. Chapter 2107. Just as Dong Jun was hesitating, the phone suddenly rang. Dong Jun glanced at the caller ID on the phone. It was his subordinate who called. There should be a result of the investigation. Hello? Is there any news? Dong Jun quickly picked up the phone. Boss, I found some clues, but it's not very accurate because there is very little information about this person. Few people know about his past, so. The subordinate said with some embarrassment. What do you know? Just say it. Dong Jun interrupted his subordinate impatiently and asked. Yes. The subordinate quickly said, Huang Youcai grew up in a single-parent family. He only had a mother and no father. His mother brought him up. According to the information, Huang Youcai's biological father should be a rich businessman from Singapore. When he was doing business in China, he met Huang Youcai's mother and had a relationship. At that time, it should be in a playful nature. The rich businessman didn't take it seriously. Who knew that Huang Youcai's mother was pregnant and gave birth to Huang Youcai? It can be said that Huang Youcai's childhood was a kind of dark life. He was solitary and had no friends. What? A rich businessman from Singapore. Dong Jun was shocked. Thinking that Huang Lele's family was in Singapore, was there really a relationship between the two? This made Dong Jun very shocked. The two people who seemed to be completely impossible to have a connection were connected by a strange combination of circumstances. This couldn't be said to be a coincidence. Yes, when Huang Youcai was 12 years old, this rich businessman came to China again to discuss business. This time, he was already married. He came with his 4-year-old daughter. In an accident, he met Huang Youcai's mother again. Only then did he know about Huang Youcai's matter. However, he was afraid of destroying the family harmony at that time, so he didn't take Huang Youcai and his daughter back. Instead, he gave Huang Youcai's mother a sum of money and asked her to take care of her child here. She shouldn't think about looking for him, but I heard that the rich businessman's daughter and Huang Youcai got along very well at that time. She always called Huang Youcai brother. It was also at that time that Huang Youcai's character improved slightly. Moreover, the little girl also invited Huang Youcai to her house, but she was stopped by her father, said the subordinate. The rich businessman from Singapore. The rich businessman's daughter. The daughter was only 4 years old at the time, and Huang Yukai was 12 years old. If we look at Huang Youcai's age this year, it seems that he is really 8 years older than Huang Lele. Could it be that the rich businessman is Huang Lele's father, and the daughter is Huang Lele? Dong Jun analyzed to himself and then asked, "Do you know the name of that rich merchant?" "I didn't find out about this. The information I know is from the place where Huang Yukai used to live. I asked the old neighbors." Huang Youcai's mother never mentioned the name of the rich businessman. Others knew that it wasn't easy for her, so they wouldn't take the initiative to mention these things. The subordinate said with some regret, "So, I asked a lot of people, but there is no information about the rich businessman. You don't even know his surname?" asked Dong Jun. "I don't know. No one knows." The subordinate smiled bitterly. "I'm sorry, boss, but I have tried my best." Later, after Huang Youcai's mother passed away, Huang Yukai moved away. Everyone has never seen him again. So in these years, many things have been forgotten. It is not easy to sort out this information. What is the name of the rich businessman's daughter? Did you find out? Dong Jun continued to ask. There is an old man who vaguely remembers that the little girl seemed to be called Little Lele. Because she was cute, Huang Yukai also took her to play in the old man's house, so the old man had some impression. The subordinate said, "But it's just a nickname. I didn't find out her real name." "The nickname is enough." Dong Jun was excited. Little Lele. Sure enough, it was as I expected. Now, it was basically certain that Huang Yukai should be Huang Lele's half-brother. No wonder he cared so much about Huang Lele. It turned out that there was such a story. It seemed that Huang Yukai didn't care much about his father, but he cared a lot about Huang Lele. "I want to make a move on Huang Lele." No wonder his expression is so unnatural. At the age of 12, he had already reached the age where he could remember things. It was understandable that he could clearly remember the name of Little Lele. Moreover, when he linked it to Huang Lele's back, he could easily judge that Huang Lele was his sister. Finally, I found Huang Youcai's weakness. Dong Jun was very excited. He believed that if he put this out, then he could reason with Huang Yukai. Perhaps Huang Yukai would also stand on his side. I have to admit that Huang Yukai still has some IQ. If he gives advice, then I should have more confidence in dealing with Central. Thinking of this, Dong Jun couldn't wait to talk to Huang Yukai. "Boss?" After hearing that Dong Jun only said one sentence and then there was no movement, the subordinate quickly asked, "Boss, I know so much information. Do you have any other instructions?" "No, thank you for your hard work." Dong Jun said, "You are very good." "Thank you, boss, for the praise." This subordinate was still uneasy because he didn't inquire too much information. He didn't expect the boss to praise him, so he was very happy. As a matter of fact, he didn't even inquire about the name of the person. This was a failure in the previous tasks, but he was praised by the boss. "It's nothing. I will look for you again if there is anything." Dong Jun didn't dare to neglect. After hanging up the phone, he didn't sleep. He was ready to find Huang Yukai directly. He wasn't sleepy. This news made him excited. He didn't feel sleepy at all. Going directly out of the room, Dong Jun saw that Huang Yukai had already woken up. He was sitting in the wheelchair in the living room reading the newspaper. When he heard the sound, Huang Yukai raised his head and glanced at Dong Jun. He was a little surprised. "What happened to you? Didn't you sleep well last night? Why are your eyes so bloodshot?" "It's nothing. Do you have time now? I have something to talk to you about," said Dong Jun. "Oh? What is so urgent?" "I'm still waiting for you to have breakfast together. Do you want to talk while eating?" Huang Yukai was a bit puzzled. Why would Dong Jun look for him to talk about something in the morning? This was a rare situation. Even if it was to deal with Yang Ming, he didn't study it so early in the morning. Generally, it was after breakfast. Chapter 2108. Let's not eat first. This matter is very important. Let's eat after we finish talking. Dong Jun waved his hand and said faintly. Well, then let's go. Although Huang Yukai was very puzzled, since Dong Jun insisted, he couldn't say anything more. He just nodded and followed Dong Jun to his room. Huang Yukai followed Dong Jun to his room. Dong Jun walked over and made 2 cups of tea. 1 cup was placed on the coffee table in front of Huang Yukai, and then he took the other cup and sat on the sofa opposite Huang Yutsai's wheelchair. Dong Jun didn't speak immediately. He was organizing his words and thinking about how to speak. What's the matter? Why don't you say it? Huang Yukai saw that Dong Jun didn't speak and felt a little inexplicable. Yukai, we have known each other for a while, right? Dong Jun hesitated and decided to play the sentimental card first. Yeah, what's wrong? Huang Yukai felt that Dong Jun suddenly became sentimental. What is going on? The purpose of the 2 of us being together is to deal with Yang Ming together, right? Dong Jun continued to ask. Yeah, that's right. This is our common purpose. Is there anything wrong with it? Huang Yukai was even more baffled, but he still nodded and agreed. If one of us does something that harms each other's interests, what should we do? As Dong Jun said this, his face deliberately showed some distress. He was good at disguising himself, and he had been disguising himself in Songjiang City for many years. So at this time, the expression on his face was natural. I say, boss, what's wrong with you today? What are you talking about? Huang Yukai listened to Dong Jun's words and always felt a little unnatural, as if he was hinting at something. Is he talking about me? But me? Is it because of that incident that made him aware? Don't you understand what I said? Asked Dong Jun. Really don't understand. I don't know what you are talking about. Huang Yukai shook his head to show that he didn't understand. Well, since you don't understand, then I will give an example. Dong Jun pondered for a moment and said, for example, the 2 of us have the same goal to deal with Yang Ming, but if one of us does something that harms the other, what do you think we should do? What the hell are you talking about, boss? What do you mean by doing something to hurt the other party? Although Huang Yukai expressed his puzzlement, his heart was beating very fast. What does Dong Jun mean? Did he really know about the phone call? But it's impossible. I'm very careful. I didn't reveal any flaws. Is it because I asked about Huang Lele last night and he suspected something? Thinking of this, Huang Yukai suddenly became nervous. Sigh. Dong Jun sighed and said, forget it, let's not talk about this. I'm just giving an example. Let's talk about something else. Okay. Huang Yukai suddenly breathed a sigh of relief, but he said in his heart, if you don't say this, why did you scare me? In the end, I was scared to death by you. You're really bad. Yukai, are you the only one left in your family? Do you have any other relatives? Dong Jun asked. Why do you suddenly ask about this? Why are you asking this? Huang Yutsai's heart was nervous for no reason. Nothing. I just asked casually. We haven't talked about our family for a long time. We only talked about it when we first met. After that, we didn't talk about this topic. Dong Jun smiled and said, now Yang Ming is in Miaojiang, fighting with Elder Yu. We have nothing to do for the time being. It's good to talk when we have time. Oh, so that's the case. Didn't I say it before? After my mother passed away, I was the only one left. However, something happened to me later. President Wang helped me to get out of the predicament. After that, I have been a counselor for President Wang, giving advice. Huang Yukai said, my life experience is actually very simple. There is nothing special. It is very plain. So that's the case. But you only mentioned your mother. What about your father? Who is your father? Why have you never said it before? Dong Jun said jokingly, you won't tell me that you don't have a father, right? This. Huang Yukai hesitated after listening to Dong Jun's words, but he still said, you are right. I don't have a father. In fact, I am an illegitimate child. My father has another family. It has little to do with me. He doesn't accept me, and I don't accept him. If that's the case, then I'm sorry. It seems that your mood must not be very good. Dong Jun thought, sure enough, it seems that the information investigated by my subordinates is correct, and Huang Yukai didn't hide it. This is nothing. Huang Yukai shook his head. I am used to it. I have nothing to do with him. However, if you continue to fight with Yang Ming like this, in the future, you won't be Yang Ming's opponent. If you are killed by Yang Ming, aren't you afraid that your family will be sad? Asked Dong Jun. Me? Killed by Yang Ming? My family will be sad? Where do I have a family? Huang Yukai was slightly stunned and said, I said that I have nothing to do with my father. He doesn't care about my life and death, but what about your sister? Aren't you afraid that she will be sad? Dong Jun's expression suddenly turned solemn, and he changed the topic. He stared at Huang Yukai and said, have you never considered your half-sister? What? Huang Yukai was shocked and almost stood up from the wheelchair. If it weren't for his leg, he would really stand up. Half-sister of the same father? What does Dong Jun mean? Did he find out something? However, in shock, Huang Yukai still said, what are you talking about? Why can't I understand? What sister do I have? Half-sister? You mean, my father's daughter? What does that have to do with me? Is there no relationship? After Dong Jun listened, he said faintly, I thought there was a relationship, so I specifically greeted you, but now it seems that there is no relationship. Well, I can rest assured and boldly make a move. Rest assured and boldly make a move? What do you mean? Huang Yukai was stunned. Who are you going to make a move on? Huang Lele. I am going to kill him, and then let the news to Yang Ming through Elder Yu. This way, Yang Ming will be upset, and it will be easy for him to make a mistake. Dong Jun said, on my side, I have already arranged the manpower. I can start at any time. If you didn't suddenly remind me yesterday, I really forgot about Huang Lele. Chapter 2109. Huang Lele. You want to make a move on Huang Lele? Huang Yukai was shocked and almost jumped out of the wheelchair. You. Didn't you say that you wouldn't make a move on her? I thought about it. It's better to make a move on her. Dong Jun said, this is what I said before. If one of us does something to hurt the other, what should we do? Because I want to deal with Yang Ming, I have to make a move on Huang Lele, and Huang Lele. Don't tell me that you have nothing to do with her. What do I have to do with her? Huang Yukai asked subconsciously. Nothing to do with her? That's great. It seems that I made a mistake. Dong Jun seemed to be relieved and said, then I can deal with her with ease. I thought it would hurt your interests. There is no problem now. Don't. Huang Yukai quickly shouted, don't make a move on her. What's wrong? Dong Jun asked faintly. Dong Jun's trick of scaring people was completely learned from Fang Tian. Last night, Fang Tian scared him like this. He almost scared him to death. Today, he used the same way to scare Huang Yukai. It turned out that this way of scaring people was very cool. Huang Yukai lowered his head with some distress. He put his hands in his hair as if he remembered something in the past. He said bitterly, can you let her go? You can't make a move on her. No. Absolutely not. You admit that you have a relationship with her? Asked Dong Jun. Yes, I admit that she is my half-sister, and she is the only relative I care about. Although I tried to hide it, you still found out. Huang Yukai smiled bitterly. I'm sorry. This is my request. Don't hurt her, but you don't hurt her, but you want to hurt Yang Ming? Dong Jun asked, if you hurt Yang Ming, won't Huang Lele also be in pain? Didn't you think of this? This. Huang Yukai was speechless. Yes, but, what should I do? I have a grudge against Yang Ming. I owe the Wang clan a favor, so I can't just ignore the Wang clan's matters. Can't ignore it? Dong Jun said, but, can you bear to see your little sister be sad and suffer for the rest of her life? You also know that if Yang Ming dies, what will happen to Huang Lele? He will be in so much pain that he will wish he was dead. He may even die together with Yang Ming. Then what should I do? What should I do? The pain on Huang Youcai's face was even worse. I don't know what to do. What should I do? Huang Yukai was very excited and painful. He didn't know what to do. The only way is to kill Huang Lele. This way, she won't feel the pain of Yang Ming's death. This is also a relief for her. Dong Jun said, at the same time, it can also make Yang Ming suffer, thus achieving the goal of distracting him. No. Don't, you can't do this. Huang Yukai exclaimed, please, boss, don't do this. AI. If I don't do this, I'm in a dilemma. You also know that I made a lot of determination to do this. Dong Jun said with some distress, do you know? I didn't want to deal with Yang Ming because I have the same troubles as you, but I finally made up my mind. You. You don't want to deal with Yang Ming? What do you mean? What troubles do you have? After Huang Yukai listened to Dong Jun's words, he was suddenly stunned and somewhat inexplicable. What are you talking about? Actually, I also have a sister. My sister also fell in love with Yang Ming. She didn't want me to continue to deal with Yang Ming. She wanted me to give up the resentment with Yang Ming. Dong Jun sighed and said, I struggled for a long time, but I still refused her. I wanted to continue to deal with Yang Ming, but you said so. It made me want to give up. Your sister? When did your sister fall in love with Yang Ming? Huang Yukai was suddenly confused. Which sister of yours? Isn't your sister Alice? It's Alice. Dong Jun nodded and said, at the beginning, when she was in contact with Yang Ming, she fell in love with Yang Ming. Do you know why I failed when I looked for her to deal with Yang Ming? Because she deliberately sent a few weak assassins, naturally, they would fail. It turned out to be like this. Huang Yukai suddenly said, are you telling the truth? Why would I lie to you about this kind of thing? What's the benefit of lying to you? Dong Jun asked. Although she begged me not to deal with Yang Ming, I still gritted my teeth and refused. This time, I am going to do it myself and not tell her, so I came to discuss with you. I didn't expect that just as I made up my mind, your side. Huang Yukai suddenly didn't know what to say. Then you can choose to deal with others. It doesn't have to be Huang Lele. Your attitude of protecting your sister this time has made me a little soft-hearted. Dong Jun smiled bitterly. Forget it. If you really can't do it, then give up. I was not very firm. It was not easy to make up my mind, but I was shaken by this. Huang Yukai didn't know what to say. Although he didn't want Huang Lele to be hurt, it didn't mean that he wanted to give up dealing with Yang Ming. However, Dong Jun's attitude was to even give up dealing with Yang Ming. How could he agree with this? Why don't we continue to deal with Yang Ming? Asked Huang Yukai. Forget it. I have already given up. Dong Jun shook his head. I have decided. Your matter has moved me. Your love for your sister makes me feel that all hatred is not as important as my sister's happiness. A half-sister who you have only met a few times can make you care so much. Then, how can Alice, who grew up with me, not be worthy of my care? She doesn't want me to deal with Yang Ming. She doesn't want me to have a feud with Yang Ming. Then, I won't deal with it. I give up. Dong Jun said this time. It seemed that he gave up dealing with Yang Ming because of Huang Yukai. In this way, it wasn't abrupt. Huang Yukai couldn't find fault with it. Huang Yukai really couldn't say anything. He couldn't say, then, you deal with Huang Lele. We continue to deal with Yang Ming. He couldn't say this, and it was impossible to say it. But Yang Ming's matter. Huang Yukai thought of the Wang family and asked with a bitter smile. Give up, Yukai. We have fought with Yang Ming for so long, and there is no result. Give up. Dong Jun shook his head. Chapter 21:10. Give up. Do you really want to give up? But I don't want to give up. I want to avenge the Wang family. Huang Yukai said painfully, have you really decided? You suddenly gave up. What do you want me to do? Your best way is naturally to give up. Dong Jun said, if this time, even Elder Yu is powerless and can't do anything to Yang Ming, then how can we be Yang Ming's opponent? But Huang Yukai still wanted to say something. No buts. Think about your sister, Huang Lele. I will let her talk to you as soon as possible and let her persuade you. Dong Jun saw that Huang Yukai was a little hesitant and couldn't make a decision, so he used the final trump card, which was to let Huang Lele persuade Huang Yukai. Family and master, it depends on how Huang Yukai decides. But Dong Jun thought, I can't just watch Huang Lele lose her happiness, right? Huang Lele will definitely stop me at all costs, and even threaten me with death. What will Huang Yukai choose at that time? Dong Jun thought, if Alice really has something with Yang Ming, and Alice threatens me with death, then I will definitely give up. Compared with hatred, my sister's happiness is more important. At the moment of life and death, Dong Jun still considered Alice's future. This was enough to show how much Dong Jun loved Alice. Dong Jun could also feel the love of a big brother for his sister from Huang Yukai, and Huang Lele was Huang Yotsai's weakness. Dong Jun had made the right move. Now it seemed that he had succeeded in half. The next step was to get in touch with Huang Lele as soon as possible. Let me be alone, let me be alone. Huang Yukai felt a little upset. He waved his hand and maneuvered the wheelchair back to the room. If Huang Yukai was still as calm as before, then Dong Jun was really helpless, but Huang Yotsai's current performance showed that the things he insisted on had deviated a little. Wang Xiaoyan returned to the villa in the Huashang district. She also told the women in the family about what happened in Fang Tian's house and asked them to help think of a solution. As for the words that Dong Jun said later, although Wang Xiaoyan didn't seem to care at that time, in fact, she remembered them in her heart. Huang Yotsai's resistance was not only Dong Jun's, but also Yang Ming's. However, Wang Xiaoyan didn't express her opinion at that time. Instead, she planned to think of a way to make Huang Yukai to her side. Wang Xiaoyan had to admit that Huang Yukai still had a certain amount of wisdom. Whether it was a conspiracy or an overt conspiracy, he had almost harmed Yang Ming several times. This time, he had succeeded in setting Yang Ming's backyard on fire. Huang Yotsai's contributions couldn't go unnoticed. Although it didn't cause any consequences, he couldn't underestimate this person. If there was really no other way and Dong Jun couldn't do it, then only Wang Xiaoyan could take care of it. Huang Yukai. I know this person. He is a loyal lackey of Wang Jitao's family. No wonder he would deal with Yang Ming. It turns out that it is because of the Wang family. Shen Mengyan was no stranger to Huang Yukai. Yeah, I also know this person. I have seen him before. Xiao Qing also nodded and said, my impression of this person isn't very good. Does this person have any weaknesses? He is bent on avenging the Wang family. How can we persuade him to stop this action? Asked Wang Xiaoyan. Stop this action. If it is as you said, this person is so loyal, then I am afraid that only the Wang family's people can tell him personally, then he will give up. Or, his approach will affect his family and friends. Otherwise, it is difficult to make him stop. Sun Jie's vision of people was very accurate. She pointed out the characteristics of Huang Youcai's personality. The Wang family's people. I know a person from the Wang family, but she is indeed Wang Shifan's illegitimate daughter. I don't know if it is okay. After listening to Sun Jie's words, Chen Mengyan suddenly remembered her classmate, Wang Shui. Isn't she Wang Shifan's illegitimate daughter, Wang Jitao's sister? Wang Shui. Yeah, how did I forget her? Lin Jiyun also remembered Wang Shui. Wang Shui. How is your relationship with her? Can she help us persuade Huang Youcai? Sun Jie was slightly stunned, and then asked quickly. She really didn't expect that a casual sentence actually had an effect. She is Tian Donghua's girlfriend. Their relationship should be relatively good, right? Chen Mengyan said, I think we should talk to Tian Donghua about this matter first. Sister Sun Jie, you are more familiar with Tian Donghua. Why don't you talk to him? It turns out to be this kid's girlfriend. Sun Jie suddenly realized and breathed a sigh of relief. That's easy. Tian Donghua definitely has no problem. Now it depends on whether he can persuade his girlfriend. As Sun Jie said this, she picked up the phone and dialed Tian Donghua's phone number. Tian Donghua was now dealing with the Sun family's affairs in Donghai City. After a few months of learning and training, he was basically competent for this role. However, the pressure every day was huge. Tian Donghua didn't understand. Why did my father fight so hard to get this position? Did he still want to betray the Sun family and usurp the throne? Although this position wasn't bad, managing such a large company and commanding the wind and clouds, it was also tiring. But since Yang Ming and Sun Jie trusted him and put him in this position, even if it was hard and tiring, Tian Donghua had to make achievements. This wasn't as simple as recognizing his worth, but it was also to atone for his father's mistakes. He had decided that he would follow Yang Ming and the Sun family in this life. He couldn't do something as heartless as his father. Dang dang dang. The office door was directly pushed open. Only Tian Donghua's personal assistant, Wang Shui, dared to come in directly after knocking on the door. Tian Donghua didn't hire a beautiful secretary or anything like that. It wasn't because he was loyal to Wang Shui, but because in his opinion, Yang Ming and Sun Jie put him in this position because they trusted him. They let him do his business, not to enjoy himself. If he found a beautiful secretary and Yang Ming found out, what would Yang Ming think? Therefore, Tian Donghua directly made Wang Shui his personal assistant in order to avoid this kind of thing. With Wang Shui in front of him, Tian Donghua didn't think about other things. Donghua, your phone call is from Miss Sun Jie. Wang Shui quickly sent the phone to Tian Donghua. Now, there were too many calls to Tian Donghua every day, so Tian Donghua had to let Wang Shui help him hold the phone. It was an unfamiliar number, so she helped him deal with it first. Otherwise, Tian Donghua couldn't answer the phone every day. Chapter 21:11. Oh. Give it to me. Tian Donghua quickly took the phone from Wang Shui's hand. If others called, he could refuse to answer or let Wang Shui answer for him. However, if it was a call from Yang Ming, Sun Jie, or the people around Yang Ming, he must answer it personally. No matter what he was doing, whether it was a meeting or a rest, he wanted Wang Shui to send the phone to him immediately. Hello, sister-in-law. Tian Donghua quickly picked up the phone. What's the matter? There is something. Sun Jie didn't talk much nonsense. She didn't need to beat around the bush with Tian Donghua, but she said directly, there is something I want to trouble you with. You, speaking at home, does it count? What trouble? What are you talking about, sister-in-law? Your matter is my matter. I will do my best to accomplish it even if I have to sacrifice my life. Tian Donghua was speaking from the bottom of his heart. He always felt that he owed Yang Ming in this life. Yang Ming repaid evil with kindness. The Tian family did something wrong to him, but he let bygones be bygones. He even let his father go to Island X to develop the island. Tian Donghua would never forget this kindness. Therefore, no matter what Yang Ming asked him to do, even if he asked him to die, he would not frown. If it was death, the things that the Tian family did in the past were enough to kill them 100 times. Now, his life was saved by Yang Ming. Therefore, when Sun Jie said that there was something to trouble him with, Tian Donghua immediately expressed his determination. However, Sun Jie's last sentence made Tian Donghua slightly stunned. Speak at home? Does it count? What do you mean? Could it be that my father did something bad again? Tian Donghua's heart suddenly went thump, and subconsciously thought of this somewhat rebellious father. I don't know if he has caused any trouble again. Otherwise, why would Sun Jie ask me if my words count in the Tian family? Do I have to persuade my father? It has nothing to do with your father. I'm talking about your own family. In front of Wang Shui, does your words count? Sun Jie was a little dumbfounded. This Tian Donghua's association ability was really strong. Wang Shui. Her. What's wrong with her? Sister-in-law, do you think she's not good? You want me to kick her away? Tian Donghua was slightly stunned and asked. Wang Shui on the side, after listening to Tian Donghua's words, her face suddenly turned pale, and a trace of despair flashed in her eyes. Since the incident with Wang Jitao, she had been careful enough. She was afraid that Tian Donghua would be unhappy and think of the past and break up with her. Therefore, while Wang Shui took care of Tian Donghua meticulously, she was also obedient to him and did her best to assist him in the company's matters. It was to make Tian Donghua feel relieved. But now, when he heard Tian Donghua mention this matter again, he was so scared that tears almost flowed out. At that time, she had no choice. Between family and friendship, she chose family. However, she didn't expect Wang Jitao to be such a crazy person. He even wanted to kill Wang Jitao. This made her see the nature of Wang Jitao clearly. She felt that what she did before was stupid. However, even if she was afraid in her heart, she didn't dare to interrupt when Tian Donghua was on the phone. She just stood by with some grievances and looked at Tian Donghua pitifully. It's not that I don't think she's not good. I have something to ask her for help. Sun Jie was dumbfounded after listening to Tian Donghua's words. Your association's ability is a bit too rich. Wang Shui is a member of the Wang family. I have something to ask her. Huang Yukai was a loyal subordinate of the Wang family. Sun Jie told Tian Donghua about Huang Youcai's matter. Is that it? You don't have to ask her. I agreed directly. It's a small matter. If she dares not to go, I don't want her anymore. Originally, because of the past, I was still a little uncomfortable in my heart. However, if she does this well, I can let go of the past. Tian Donghua promised. It had to be said that Tian Donghua was not stupid. He deliberately said this in front of Wang Shui. He knew what Wang Shui had been worried about. After all, this matter involved revenge for Wang Jitao and Wang Shifan. Tian Donghua was also afraid that Wang Shui would stubbornly disagree, so he said this. Wang Shui, after listening to Tian Donghua's words, also breathed a sigh of relief. It seemed that Tian Donghua didn't want to get rid of her, but he wanted her to do one thing. As long as this thing was done well, then he wouldn't care about the past anymore. Thinking of this, Wang Shui suddenly became excited. The past was her worry. Although Tian Donghua didn't say it, she knew that Tian Donghua, every time he thought about the past, would feel guilty towards Yang Ming. Especially after Tian Long's incident, Tian Donghua felt even more guilty. In a family, his girlfriend and father had harmed others. How could Tian Donghua endure this? How could he face others? Although Yang Ming didn't pursue anything, Tian Donghua's own pressure was huge. He always wanted to make up for it. Wang Shui, as his girlfriend, was also the party involved in the matter. He hoped to make up for the previous mistakes. Now, there was an opportunity. And then I will leave it to you. Hearing Tian Donghua's promise, Sun Jie was also relieved. I look forward to your good news. She still knew Tian Donghua very well. If he couldn't do it, it was impossible for him to take on everything. If he said so, it meant that he had some certainty, so Sun Jie didn't say much and hung up the phone directly. On Tian Donghua's side, there was no delay. After hanging up the phone, he explained the whole story to Wang Shui, and then asked, "Do you have the confidence to persuade Huang Yukai? Let him give up the Wang family's hatred? Let him not deal with Yang Ming anymore? I can only try." Wang Shui had completely given up on Wang Jitao. This person was heartless and ungrateful. Wang Shui regretted helping him before, so at this time, she naturally agreed, but she didn't have the confidence to persuade Huang Yukai. No matter what, you are a member of the Wang family. Only you can persuade him. Tian Donghua said, "You try it. If this is successful, we will get engaged." Ah. Wang Shui was slightly stunned, and then her face showed a touch of shyness and joy. All along, her biggest dream was for Tian Donghua to truly accept her and marry her as his wife one day. But Wang Shui also knew that what she had done before was a thorn in Tian Donghua's heart. Tian Donghua was Yang Ming's brother, and she had harmed Yang Ming. How could he feel good? So Wang Shui could only work hard silently. Chapter 21:12. But today, Tian Donghua officially promised this. How could Wang Shui not be happy? In fact, Tian Donghua also saw Wang Shui's performance during this time. He slowly accepted her in his heart, but because of the previous matter and the problem of face, Tian Donghua had not let go. After all, Yang Ming didn't clearly say anything, and Tian Donghua didn't make a decision. But today, after listening to Sun Jie's words, Tian Donghua knew that what Sun Jie said should be very important to Yang Ming, so Tian Donghua just took this opportunity to accept Wang Shui. It also gave himself a reason to accept her, so that Tian Donghua's heart no longer had resistance. I must find a way to convince him. You can rest assured. Just leave it to me, Wang Shui said with some excitement. In fact, she had little feelings for Wang Shifan and Wang Jitao. Although they were related by blood, the relationship wasn't very big. Wang Shifan didn't care much about her in these years. It was even difficult to see her. Wang Jitao, the nominal brother, was even more so. He didn't have any feelings for Wang Shui. He only used her. Therefore, Wang Shui had no feelings for the Wang family. In her heart, Tian Donghua was the most important person. The shadow of a single-parent family made her particularly value love and marriage. She hoped that she and Tian Donghua could be faithful to each other, get married, have children, and grow old together. As for the Wang family that brought great harm to her and her mother, Wang Shui naturally didn't have much good feelings for them. I believe you can do it. Tian Donghua nodded and said, "This matter is a bit urgent. You should go now." And then I will go now. Wang Shui nodded quickly. Then I will explain the company's matters to my subordinates and find a temporary secretary for you. When I'm not at home, you are not allowed to cheat. Okay, go ahead. If I wanted to do something behind your back, would have done it long ago. This company was given to me by my boss and sister-in-law. The purpose was to let me do a good job in the company. Why would I cheat on a woman in the company? You don't have to say this. Tian Donghua waved his hand and said, "Moreover, I don't have the energy in mind to think about those things now. The company's matters have just been straightened out. There are more important things waiting for me to do." Then I am relieved. Wang Shui nodded with satisfaction and turned to leave Tian Donghua's office. Wang Shui had been observing Tian Donghua's performance for a while, and she was very satisfied. This Tian family's young master changed from his previous sloppy attitude and became a good young man who worked hard to improve himself. This made Wang Shui very happy. Wang Shui returned to the company's secretary office and briefly explained to her subordinates. Then, she went downstairs to the parking lot and drove her own red Audi Q5 to Songjiang City. Although Wang Shui was the wife of the company's chairman, she didn't buy a car that was too expensive. On the one hand, she didn't dare to be too ostentatious in front of Tian Donghua. She was afraid that Tian Donghua would hate her. On the other hand, it was also because although Tian Donghua was in charge of the company now, if she bought a good car and let Yang Ming and Sun Jie see it, it wouldn't be good. Even if she spent her own money, it would be a bit of a show-off. Fortunately, Wang Shui didn't value these materialistic things. She wasn't short of money since she was a child. Although Wang Shifan didn't care about her, he didn't shortchange her alimony. This was also the reason why she agreed to help Wang Jitao. Otherwise, why would Wang Shui be a busybody? After getting in the car, Wang Shui quickly found Huang Youcai's phone number from her phone book. When she joined forces with Wang Jitao, Wang Shui also wrote down Huang Youcai's phone number, but later, there was no contact. Wang Shui was too lazy to delete it, so she kept it. She didn't expect it to come in handy at this time. Wang Shui dialed Huang Youcai's phone number, hoping that the other party didn't change his number. Soon, the call was connected. Huang Youcai didn't save Wang Shui's number. When he saw this unfamiliar call, he frowned slightly. He didn't want to answer it, but he remembered that Dong Jun said to let Huang Lele contact him, so Huang Youcai was afraid that this unfamiliar number was from Huang Lele. So, he hesitated and picked up the phone. Hello? Hello, who are you looking for? Huang Youcai didn't introduce himself, but asked who the other party was looking for. Is it Huang Youcai? Wang Shui asked with uncertainty. She didn't have much contact with Huang Youcai, and she forgot his voice, so at this time, she didn't know if the other party was Huang Youcai. You are? Huang Youcai didn't admit or deny it. I am Wang Shui, Wang Jitao's sister, Wang Shui said straightforwardly. Wang Shui said straightforwardly. She could already confirm that the other party should be Huang Youcai. Otherwise, when she asked if he was Huang Youcai, he should have said that he dialed the wrong number and hung up. He wouldn't have continued to ask who she was. Ah. It's you. Huang Youcai naturally knew who Wang Shui was, but at this time, Wang Shui suddenly called, which made Huang Youcai slightly stunned. He didn't have much contact with Wang Shui. He first accompanied Wang Jitao and met Wang Shui. He knew that she was Wang Jitao's half-sister. At the beginning, Wang Shui and Wang Jitao teamed up to deal with Yang Ming. At this time, why did Wang Shui call? Does she want to continue to deal with Yang Ming with me? Thinking of this, Huang Youcai felt that it was very possible. Otherwise, why would Wang Shui suddenly call me? This made Huang Youcai's heart suddenly feel a little depressed. In his heart, Dong Jun's words had just loosened a little. For Huang Lele, he wanted to give up dealing with Yang Ming. After all, compared with the Wang family's grievances, his sister's happiness was more important. Huang Youcai would never forget Huang Lele's friendliness to him. When she called him brother, it was a kind of intimacy from the heart. This made Huang Youcai, who lacked family affection, remember it vividly. It was unforgettable for a lifetime. Therefore, Huang Youcai really hesitated. He wanted to give up. He was looking for a reason for himself not to continue to deal with Yang Ming for the Wang family, but Wang Shui's phone call came in. However, Huang Youcai couldn't refuse or hang up. After all, Wang Shui was also a member of the Wang family. She was also his master. Huang Youcai was a person who knew how to repay kindness. He couldn't just hang up Wang Shui's phone call. Now, Wang Shui was the only bloodline of Wang Shifan. Wang Shui's matter was Huang Youcai's matter. He couldn't refuse. Therefore, Huang Yukai gritted his teeth and thought, if Wang Shui really wants to join forces with me to deal with Yang Ming, then I can only apologize to my little sister. I really have no choice. Unless I am killed by Yang Ming, this is the best ending. Chapter 21:13. It's me, Uncle Huang. Are you free now? I have something to talk to you about. Wang Shui said straightforwardly. Huang Yukai smiled bitterly. He thought, sure enough, she is looking for me for something. However, he couldn't refuse Wang Shui's request because Wang Shui was also a member of the Wang family. Therefore, Huang Yukai still said, okay, where are you? I will go now. I am on the way to Songjiang City. Where are you? Should I pick you up? Your leg isn't good. Should I drive? Asked Wang Shui. Huang Yukai was suddenly moved. The people of the Wang family are really affectionate and righteous. Wang Shui, a member of the Wang family whom I haven't dealt with, is still so good to me. This made Huang Yukai unable to refuse Wang Shui's proposal. If Wang Shui insisted on dealing with Yang Ming, then he could only force himself to deal with Yang Ming with Wang Shui. Thank you, Miss Wang Shui. I have an electric wheelchair and a special vehicle for the disabled. I can drive. There is no problem. Huang Yukai said, I live with others. It's not convenient for you to come here. You see, if that's the case, then there is no problem. Why don't we meet at the City International Hotel? Asked Wang Shui. Okay. Huang Yukai was slightly stunned. The International Hotel used to be the Wang family's property, but it was later taken away by Yang Ming. Wang Shui chose to meet here. Is it really to declare war with Yang Ming? Then I will wait for you. After Wang Shui hung up the phone, she was relieved. Listening to Huang Youcai's tone, he was still very respectful to her. As a result, Wang Shui also had some confidence. She believed that as long as she worked hard, Huang Yukai should be able to give up. After Huang Yukai hung up the phone, he took a deep breath. I have to face what I have to face. But no matter what, Huang Yukai still had to keep the appointment. He quickly packed his luggage and was ready to go out. Huang Yukai pushed open the door of his room in the wheelchair. When he saw Dong Jun in the living room, his expression was a little awkward. Have you figured it out? Dong Jun saw Huang Yukai coming out of the room and suddenly asked nervously. I have something to do. I have to go out. Huang Yukai didn't know how to tell Dong Jun. He didn't know what to say. What's the matter? Dong Jun was slightly stunned. Are you going out now? Huang Yukai nodded and hesitated. However, he felt that he had to tell Dong Jun the truth sooner or later, so he didn't hide it. He said, the people of the Wang family are looking for me. I have to go. People from the Wang clan? Wasn't one of the Wang family members dead and one in prison? How can he find you? Dong Jun was somewhat inexplicable. He didn't know what Huang Yukai was talking about. Yes, they are from the Wang clan. Huang Yukai nodded. It's Wang Shui from the Wang family, President Wang's daughter, and the sister of Wang Jitao and Wang. Ah. Why, is she looking for you at this time? Dong Jun's heart tightened as he asked. I don't know, but I guess it is possible that she wants me to deal with Yang Ming with her. Huang Yukai said, at this time, she looked for me, for this matter. Ah. There was a trace of annoyance on Dong Jun's face. Why did this Wang family member contact Huang Yukai at this time? It's really the right time. She didn't contact him earlier or later, but she contacted him when Huang Yukai was ready to give up. Didn't this let him regain his confidence? Sorry. I'm afraid I can't agree to your previous proposal. If Miss Wang Shui wants me to help deal with Yang Ming, I really can't refuse. Huang Yukai looked at Dong Jun apologetically. Forget it. You go first. It may not necessarily be this matter. If there is anything, we will talk about it when you come back. Dong Jun waved his hand helplessly and said. Well, then I will go first. Huang Yukai smiled bitterly and drove the automatic wheelchair out of the door. Dong Jun looked at Huang Youcai's back and his face showed a helpless look. Huang Yukai, what do you want me to do? If you don't want to compromise, then I have to kill you. After Huang Yukai left, Dong Jun quickly dialed Wang Xiaoyan's phone. Hello? Wang Xiaoyan looked at the caller ID on the phone and asked, Dong Jun. It's me. Dong Jun called Wang Xiaoyan with his normal number, so there was a record in Wang Xiaoyan's phone book. There is one thing that I want to discuss with you, as Dong Jun said. He told Wang Xiaoyan about how he wanted to persuade Huang Yukai, and then he told her about Wang Shui contacting Huang Yukai. Wang Shui has already found Huang Yukai? Wang Xiaoyan was slightly stunned. She didn't expect Tian Donghua to be so awesome. Wang Shui went to find Huang Yukai so quickly. For Dong Jun's previous efforts, Wang Xiaoyan still appreciated it. At least, he didn't wait to enjoy the fruits of others' labor, but he was also thinking of a way. Yeah, I was about to succeed, but now it seems that maybe I can only kill him. Although I am unwilling, he has affected the overall plan. I can't keep him. Dong Jun said with a sigh. You don't have to worry. You just wait for the good news at home, said Wang Xiaoyan. Wait for the good news? Dong Jun suddenly said, what good news am I waiting for? Huang Youcai's good news. When he comes back, he will probably agree to your proposal, said Wang Xiaoyan. What? He will agree to my proposal when he comes back? What do you mean? Won't Wang Shui let him deal with Yang Ming together? Or he won't agree? Dong Jun didn't quite understand Wang Xiaoyan's meaning. No. Wang Xiaoyan shook her head and said, because Wang Shui is with us. Wang Shui is with us? Dong Jun was a little dumbfounded. He couldn't accept this news. Yeah, Wang Shui is the girlfriend of Yang Ming's underling, Tian Donghua. Do you think they are with us? Wang Xiaoyan asked with a smile. It turned out to be like this. Why didn't you say so earlier? You made me nervous for a while. Dong Jun said with a sudden realization. Although he had some understanding of Yang Ming and the people around Yang Ming, he wouldn't understand the network of people around Yang Ming because it would be endless. Therefore, he didn't pay attention to who Tian Donghua's girlfriend was. After listening to Wang Xiaoyan's words, he knew the truth. Okay, don't be happy too early. The most important thing is to see Yang Ming's intention. Otherwise, no matter how much you do in the early stage, it is useless. Wang Xiaoyan timely poured cold water on Dong Jun. Chapter 21:14. I naturally know this. But now I am fully prepared. Even if Yang Ming doesn't let me go in the end, I won't have any regrets. At least, I tried my best, said Dong Jun. It's good that you can think like this. Wang Xiaoyan nodded. Wait for the good news. Originally, I thought it would be very troublesome for Wang Shui to convince Huang Yukai, but I didn't expect you to have convinced half of Huang Yukai. I didn't expect that Huang Lele was actually Huang Youcai's half-sister. If Wang Xiaoyan knew the relationship between Huang Yukai and Huang Lele, she would have contacted Huang Lele long ago. Okay, then I will wait for the good news, said Dong Jun. Wang Shui and Huang Yukai met at the Songjiang International Hotel. Wang Shui asked for a private room and entered the private room with Huang Yukai. Huang Yukai sat in the electric wheelchair, and Wang Shui sat in the chair opposite him. Miss Wang Shui. Huang Yukai said respectfully, are you looking for me, for something? There are indeed some things, but I don't know how to say it. Wang Shui was organizing her words. She didn't know how to persuade Huang Yukai. Miss Wang Shui, if you have anything to say, just say it. I am the Wang family's subordinate. Naturally, I am also your subordinate. As long as you have a request, as long as I can do it, I will never refuse. Huang Yukai clenched his teeth and said. Although doing so might hurt his sister, Huang Yukai was a loyal person. He had no choice. Well, since you said so, then I will say it directly. Wang Shui nodded and said, I want you to stop dealing with Yang Ming. Stop it. Ah. Huang Yukai was stunned after listening to Wang Shui's words. He thought before that Wang Shui might be looking for him to join forces to deal with Yang Ming, but he never thought that Wang Shui came to him to ask him to give up dealing with Yang Ming. Isn't this coinciding with my thoughts? Could it be that God pitied me and saw that I love my sister, so he asked the Wang family to talk to me about this matter? Huang Yukai didn't even want to believe his ears. He thought he heard it wrong. Miss Wang Shui, what did you say? I say, can you give up on dealing with Yang Ming? When Wang Shui saw Huang Youcai's appearance, her heart suddenly tightened. Is Huang Yukai not going to give up? However, she still repeated what she meant. You want me to give up on dealing with Yang Ming? Are you serious? Although Huang Yukai heard Wang Shui's question this time, he was still uncertain. He didn't know if Wang Shui was testing him. Of course, it's true. How can I joke with you? Wang Shui smiled bitterly. When will revenge stop? Moreover, I feel that my elder brother and father actually deserve it. It doesn't have much to do with Yang Ming. Moreover, my boyfriend is working under Yang Ming, so there are some things that should be forgotten. It's for my own good, right? Wang Shui didn't hide anything, but told the truth. Her situation, she believed that if Huang Yukai went back and investigated, it would be easy to find out, so Wang Shui didn't need to hide anything. Who? When Huang Yukai heard Wang Shui say this, he suddenly let out a sigh of relief. Now it seemed that what Wang Shui said was true. She wasn't testing him. Huang Yukai was relieved. Actually, I also want to give up. This time you called me, I thought you wanted me to help you deal with Yang Ming, so my heart was very conflicted. However, you are also a member of the Wang family. I can't refuse your proposal, so I still came, but I didn't expect that your request was actually like this. Thank God. You want to give up, too? After Wang Shui listened to Huang Youcai's words, she was a little surprised. Why do you want to give up? Originally, Wang Shui thought that even if she could convince Huang Yukai, it would take a lot of effort, but she didn't expect it to be so easy. Huang Yukai seemed to be ready to give up this matter. Because Huang Lele is my sister, and she is Yang Ming's woman. In fact, the reason is so simple. I don't want to see her sad and disappointed. Huang Yukai shrugged and smiled bitterly. Huang Lele? Wang Shui was slightly stunned. She didn't know that Yang Ming had a woman named Huang Lele. She had no intersection with Huang Lele, but since Huang Yukai said so, there must be one, so Wang Shui also smiled. It is such a coincidence. That's just right. Let's forget about this. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. Yeah. This time, I'm relieved. Huang Yukai said as if he was relieved of a burden. The two people talked about some common topics, and Wang Shui left. She wanted to tell this good news to Tian Donghua as soon as possible. As for Huang Yukai, he also wanted to go back and have a good talk with Dong Jun as soon as possible to discuss future countermeasures. After Yang Ming learned that Wang Shui had completed the matter, he didn't break his promise. He directly began to study the engagement with Wang Shui, but the premise was that it had to be after Yang Ming came back. However, in order to make Wang Shui feel at ease, he could register with her first. Although Tian Donghua would definitely move to Island X in the future, and it was not important to register or not, this marriage certificate made Wang Shui very happy. Although she also knew that she would go to Island X in the future, this represented Tian Donghua's recognition of her. Sun Jie didn't expect Tian Donghua to be so awesome. There was news so soon that the matter had been settled. She quickly told the good news to the women. The women were also very happy, especially Chen Mengyan. She felt that the strength of the group was still greater. If it was in the past, she was alone, or only herself, Zhou Jiejia, and Lin Jiyun, then she definitely wouldn't think of so many ways, and it was impossible to solve this matter so perfectly. If there were only 3 of them, Chen Mengyan was likely to be helpless. For the first time, she felt that accepting them was a happy thing, especially Sun Jie. She was really suitable to be the big sister of everyone. Everything that was in her hands didn't seem to be difficult. She could find a solution. However, Sun Jie didn't seem to compete with her. She gave credit to her and highlighted her position. This made Chen Mengyan very grateful. This was the first major event that everyone worked together to complete. It was the result of everyone's cooperation. Almost everyone had contributed and participated, so when the matter was solved, everyone also had a sense of accomplishment. Finally, Yang Ming could solve the matter over there with peace of mind. He didn't have to worry that someone would stab him in the dark. Chapter 21:15. Yang Ming and Lan Ling rested briefly in the room and cleaned up the dust in the room. It seemed that no one had lived here for a while. There was a thick layer of dust on all kinds of furniture. Yang Ming and Lan Ling each held a rag and a bucket. It reminded them of when they first met and rented a house in Lu Weishan's house. At that time, when they had just moved in, the 2 of them also did a thorough cleaning of the house. However, as they continued to sweep, the 2 of them ran from the floor to the bed. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. The last time the 2 of them met, they were reluctant to part. Now that they met again, they were naturally very close. Especially now that there were no outsiders, the 2 of them played around. At first, they were tidying up the house, but later on, it turned into a water fight, and then, their clothes were all wet. Finally, after the 2 of them finished showering, 2 hours passed quickly. There was a knock on the door of the villa. Apparently, the members of the team had rested and reported to Yang Ming. Yang Ming and Lan Ling quickly put on their clothes, then went downstairs and opened the door. Xia Shui, Lu Yezi, Feng Tianlong, and Xiao Susu were all standing outside the door. Not bad, everyone is very punctual. Yang Ming nodded and said. It seems that someone is not punctual. We have been standing here for 3 minutes and you only opened the door. Xia Shui looked at Yang Ming and Lan Ling's wet hair and naturally guessed what they did together. She felt uncomfortable in her heart and mocked. Come in and talk. Yang Ming didn't explain anything to Xia Shui. He just turned and walked into the living room. Xia Shui asked for a snub. She snorted and walked into the living room. After everyone sat down, Yang Ming said, well, since everyone is here, then let's have a short meeting to discuss the future plan. For the time being, everyone's safety and survival are not a problem. But the biggest problem that needs to be solved first is that you have all been poisoned by a special voodoo from Elder Yu. If you don't cure it, it will be very troublesome. I believe you all know that. But, how do we solve it? Isn't there an antidote? Lu Yezi was slightly taken aback and asked, didn't Elder Yu give us the antidote regularly? Do you think we can solve it ourselves? Captain, do you have the super antidote pill? Feng Tianlong suddenly thought of the crux of the problem. He remembered that Elder Yu said that only the super antidote pill could cure this poison. Yes. However, there are only 3 of them. Yang Ming looked at the people present and smiled bitterly. Ling Ling brought 3 goo dispelling pills, but it's not enough for all of us. This. Feng Tianlong paused, but after a moment of silence, he said, this is Su Su's fate, she won't be able to live for long. After she's gone, there's no reason for me to live anymore, so I've decided to give up. Su Su and I, it doesn't matter if we eat or not, you guys eat. Su Su, you won't blame me, right? With that, Feng Tianlong turned to look at Xiao Susu. How could that be? As it should be. It's just that you've been wronged. Xiao Susu sighed. What's wrong? I'm not afraid of anything when I'm with you. Feng Tianlong said. Cough cough. That's enough, the two of you should stop before it's too much. Even if you want to flirt, you have to think about the situation, we're in a meeting. Lu Yezi was speechless and said. I'm sorry. Feng Tianlong smiled awkwardly, while Xiao Susu's face turned red. Since there are 3, then I won't eat it. Ladies first. Ladies, Xia Shui and Lan Ling, you two eat it. As for the remaining one, boss, do you accept it? You are our captain and the soul of the team. As long as you are fine, then we still have a chance. Lu Yezi also generously declined. Ling Ling and I don't need it. We are poisoned by the voodoo. I told you before that the two of us are immune to most voodoo. Elder Yu's voodoo can also be immune. This is something he didn't expect. Yang Ming waved his hand and said, that's why there are only 3 goo dispelling pills, but there are 4 of you, 3 pills for 4 people? Feng Tianlong was a little conflicted. Isn't this number too weird? If there were only 2 pills, it would be easy. If Su Su and I don't eat it, Xia Shui and Lu Yezi can eat 1 each. But now, there are 3 pills. What should we do with the extra one? If we eat it, only one of us can eat it. If we don't eat it, it's a waste. How about? I give up. Lu Yezi said, I'm a bachelor, so I'm fine. It's fine if I don't eat it. I won't eat it. Xia Shui said at this time, then, for the remaining 3 pills, 1 for each of you. It's just enough. You don't have to be modest. You don't want to eat it? How can that be? Ladies first. Lu Yezi was stunned. If you don't eat it, how can we eat it? I'm fine. When the time comes, I'll be poisoned by the voodoo, but you guys can't. Xia Shui hesitated, gritted her teeth and said. Lu Yezi was shocked when he heard Xia Shui's words, but then he understood Xia Shui's meaning. His face suddenly showed a weird expression. Yang Ming was also shocked by Xia Shui. Although there was a little ambiguity between him and Xia Shui, it had not developed to this point. Xia Shui, what does she mean by saying this at this time? On the other hand, Lan Ling smiled tacitly. What are you looking at? Sooner or later, isn't that the case? Xia Shui saw Yang Ming's weird expression and simply didn't care. She said as a matter of fact, now you only have 3 voodoo antidotes. This is the most reasonable plan. Otherwise, there will always be one person who can't be detoxified. I am actually sacrificing myself. Hee hee. Yang Ming smiled. Okay, then it's decided. Don't regret it when the time comes. My life is going to be lost, and I still regret it. What is there to regret? Here, it's one thing whether we can get out or not. If we die from voodoo first, it will be a big loss. Xia Shui said, okay, it's decided. Hee hee, that's good. Since Xia Shui said so, what else could Yang Ming do? Yang Ming didn't say much. He directly took out Lan Ling's 3 voodoo antidotes and gave them to Lu Yezi, Feng Tianlong, and Xiao Susu. This time, the 3 of them didn't refuse because the number was just enough. There was no point in refusing anymore, so they accepted it quickly. You're tuning into the Romantic Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.